That's the word. That's the word. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the temple of my thoughts. Welcome to the temple. Here, we just discuss the things that go on in my head, and I hope I don't get canceled. But I think this conversation, there will be no canceling. Nope, I won't be getting canceled for this conversation because this one is not as explosive as other conversations. This one's, it's a chill conversation. It's a chill conversation, but it's a necessary conversation. It's a chill conversation. So everybody that's thinking I'm gonna be controversial today, no. When it comes to the temple of my thoughts, there's not much controversy. It's just a conversation. It's really just a conversation. I see my people in here fast. What's going on, Chelsea? Happy New Year. Dang, Chelsea, I ain't seen you in a minute. Had me worried that you left me with all these crazy people by myself. And I didn't think you would do that. Big bad bull. What's going on, big dog? What's going on? Okay, I see. I see you here. All right. Well, my day just got better. I ain't ashamed to say. Not ashamed to say at all. D, what up, D? What's going on, D? You know what? Kay, you said you was gonna pull up. Appreciate you. You did say you was gonna pull up. Appreciate you. Did you say I'm not going to repeat what you just said in the chat? You in here. My guy Cheeky. Shout out to Cheeky. He just did a dope live. Always pushing the bar, my brother. Always pushing the bar. Now you're gonna make what I talk about boring, boring, boring. But I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna do it anyway and see if I could have a little fun. Zara B. Oh, Miss Zara, the most controversial woman from the UK that I know. You a troublemaker. Yeah, you definitely a troublemaker. Intelligent design. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I see. Today is Monday, January 9th. It's about 4 o'clock here on the West Coast. You know, that's where I reside at. And the raining has stopped for now. Life is good. Life is good. I don't want to say Mr. Alexander. What's going on? What's going on? Oh, my guy E said, do it like that. What you want me to do it like what? No. See, E, you gonna get me in trouble. Every time I let you get on here and get in my head, we get no. CC, no. This is not dark thoughts. This is not dark thoughts. Hopefully I can get out some people's dark thoughts. My whole goal is to get the truth. Honest truth. Preferably from women, because they tend to be our counterparts in these conversations a lot. But they're often the shy ones. Rihanna, perfect timing. Listen, timing be everything. But listen, if you here, don't matter what time, as long as you show up. Mr. Hall, what's going on? What's going on, Mr. Hall? Shout out to the people. Let me make sure I ain't missing nothing. Hold on 1 second. Sal, what's going on, Sal? Look at you. E said we got to get the people what they want. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think they want controversy out of me. They don't want no controversy. I mean, they want me to be nice, and that's what I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be nice. Because on Cheeky's channel, they get stoned. So I'm hoping. I don't think I'm gonna get stoned, but no, nobody ain't trying to kick me off a Cheeky show yet. So luckily, I'm good. I'm good right now. So that's solid. Black Gold. What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? KJ, what up, fam? What up? What up? Now, Sal, you know they not gonna hit that like button. I go back every show. The likes be low, but it's okay. It's okay. We don't do it for the likes. We don't do it for the likes. We do it for the love and for the unfortunate hate that ensues. It is unfortunate, but it must happen. Cassandra, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Now, what did I title this? I said be honest or suffer in silence. There we go. That's what I titled it. I didn't know what to title it. Because I was going back and forth whether I should even had this conversation or not. And so, we'll see how far I can Let me see. E said I got kicked off my first time over here. E, they be hating on you, E. They be hating on you. That's all. They be hating on you. Stephen Hall says, I sent you an email. I will check that, brother, after the stream. I will check it, brother, and I will get back to you. Appreciate you. They be kicking you off, but they just be doing that because they like to mess with you, bro. That's all. They do it out of love. They kick you off the show out of love because they love how uncontroversial your views are, you know. So that's why they do that. It's not personal. It's not personal at all. At least I don't think it's personal. But this conversation, for me, it's personal. It's personal. It's a personal conversation because it's something I think about a lot. Suffer in silence for 1,000. I think most, I shouldn't even say most, the men these days don't suffer in silence as much. They do suffer though. They do suffer. They do suffer. Hell, I don't even know if I'd be suffering. You know how crazy that sounds? As much as I think, as much as my mind is always moving, I don't even know if I suffer. Like knowingly know I'm suffering. Like I expect I'm supposed to have controversy. I expect I'm supposed to go through difficult things. I expect to fail at some things. Hopefully, if I push through, survive long enough and keep pushing, I can succeed, right? But I don't even know if I'm suffering in silence. I guess I'll have to have a reflection month, right? When I bring people up to date, right? Listen. Enough about me. Y'all not here for me, okay? Y'all here for the conversation. I'm just, for the most part, a proxy of that, right? This is what I want to talk about. Oh gosh, Amber says, what we talking about tonight? Nothing crazy, just a regular conversation that may lead to a movement. Like, you know how we have these lines where people don't want to shift a little bit left or right, a man don't want to budge, a woman don't want to budge. We're gonna have a conversation about, not necessarily, right? Because I know when we talk about paternity, right? You guys assume paternity test, right? No, I want to talk about dealing with doubt on paternity, right? For example, right? This is what I'll just give you. I'll just give it to you plain, right? Because I don't even have really notes for this conversation. It's just my thoughts. So it is what it is. Do what you must to me if I must be the guy that goes down for the people. I want to ask specifically the ladies this, right? Specifically the ladies. Because you guys are the ones that's going to push back. You guys are the ones that are going to be our counterparts in these conversations, most likely. Right? Now, for all the brave and less brave women, preferably, I don't want to say the type of panel that Cheeky run because he says he uses language that I don't particularly like to use. You know, he got a filthy mouth sometimes, you know. But I try not to have that. But I want to know this. Oh, Kojak, what's going on, bro? I thought you was gonna start at quarter after. I switched the time, bro. I switched up my schedule a little bit today, so I got off of work a little bit earlier. So I didn't want to just wait. So I said I'm gonna just jump right into it. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. No. It's not gonna be no crazy monologue today. No. These my thoughts. Don't you put that monologue pressure on me today. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Next show, I got you. Don't worry. But this is what I want to know. When is it okay for a man to have doubts on the paternity, right? Is there a threshold? Is there a bar, right? Do we have to justify it with a reason? And I'm talking specifically to the ladies because y'all are the ones that are emotional about why or why not we may want it, right? And so I'm interested in knowing when is it okay, right, What is the threshold for when you say, well, now you should actually have your, it makes sense for you to have a paternity, like to have that thought or think a certain way. When is it okay for a man that identifies as a man to have doubts? Does he have to have a reason? Does he have to say, "Oh, my mom talked me into it. My mom was like, yo, you better get that tested." Could he just here? Let me give you the scenario. Let me give you the scenario because this might be a little bit better. All right. So let's say, yeah, this is actually go. I'll lay it like this, right? Let's say you're pregnant, and I'll use Miss Amber, right? Say me and Amber, we have a child together. The child is 1 day old, right? I'm excited, all through the roof. I'm excited, held the baby, all these things, right? And everything's going on. And 3 months go by, and I'm just like, I'm not even sure that baby's mine. And I know what y'all thinking. Well, why you even think that? I'm gonna just be candid with y'all. My mind think all kind of things. Don't force me to justify why I thought of it. And I'll parallel the thought process to why I just argumentatively, randomly, or not being able to express how I got to that thought. Like, man, so after 3 months, right? I'm like, man, I don't know. Something ain't right, right? So is it okay? And see, I wish I had a woman up here. And you don't even have to be a mother. It actually to hear the difference of opinions from a mother and a woman that's not a mother actually would be interesting. I want to know if I have doubts. I'll say month 2 or 3, right? And I tell you, ah, I can't be around this baby right now. I got doubts. I just can't. I can't. So I pull back, right? I pull back. I'm not as engaged with the child. Uh, I don't want to pick up the child. I don't even really want to have a because I don't want to get attached to the child, right? And and I'm totally disengaged with involved with the child. All of that process is, you, right? And I said we got to get a test, right? Now, maybe you want me to justify a reason to you, often the case, I'm sure, right? Do I need to justify a reason? Will you hate me? Will you not? Uh, but I pull back, right? I pull back, right? And then we apply or we sign up to take a test, which somewhere could take around, how long would it take to get a DNA test back, right? And I'm not talking, let me be specific. I'm not talking about one of those at home tests, right? I'm not talking about an at home test, right? So I know you just jumping in, but pay attention to the story. There is no test at birth because I wasn't even thinking about that. These are not, no matter what y'all think, these are not normalized conversations that people typically have. Uh, some people do, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people just go into situations and it just happens naturally. So I'm telling you, this is after 2 months, right? 2 months of the child, whatever the case is, right? This is after 2 months, and I'm like, yeah, I need to get a test. So I pull back. I separate. I don't want to get attached to the kid, right? Now the thing is, I want to get a test, but I don't want to get like an at-home test or anything. I want to get it lab tested, right, by professionals, right? Because tests can be janky, things, whatever the case is, right? I don't know how long that takes for you to get a test back, right? Somebody can Google it, but my best guess is if you send off testing to a lab or things like that, it probably take, I'll use arbitrary, probably somewhere like 2 weeks to a month and a half, right? Something like that, right? I don't know, but I'm just throwing it out there. 2 weeks to a month, month and a half, right? But I pull back, right? I pull back. And I have no interactions with the child, right? I'm just not doing it. I don't know, whatever reason, whatever you want to call it, emotions, whatever the process is, for the next let's just say 3.5, 4 weeks, right? To the couple days what it takes for you to so that's the thing though, Kojak. I agree with you on that, right? But let's just put this perspective for everybody, right? Not just somebody like yourself that may have a certain level of intelligence and understanding, right? Let's just have a blanketed understanding that some people don't trust those tests, right? They're like, I don't know how to do these at home tests. I want a professional so that I feel confident that it was done by somebody competent and things like that, right? Shout out to D. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. About 4 to 6 weeks, right? So that's somewhere around my estimation, shockingly or not, right? 3 weeks to a month and a half. That's what I said. Well, hello, Empress Adira. How are you? And so the test comes back in about 1 month, right? So I've been detached from the child. No interactions separate from the child, right? For about a month and 2 weeks. We just throw an arbitrary number out, right? The test comes back and it says the child is mine, right? Test comes back, child is yours, right? Shannon, it's all good. It's all good, right? Don't even worry about it, Shannon. You're not too far late. You're not. Don't even worry about it. I know y'all on black people time, so I already knew. And the test comes back, and it's my child. It's my child. So now I'm like, okay, cool, right? I want to know from the ladies, will you be upset with me for that month and 2 weeks that I had no interaction with the child? Will you punish me for it? What do you think I should do in the scenario? That's what I'm interested in knowing. Hey, Leslie. Miss Leslie in the building. So I'm interested. You need to have that chat with the woman. Interesting. Well, no, I understand that we understand you have a chat with the woman. We understand that, right? This is the chat. This is the conversation I'm having with y'all. I may not want to bring that conversation to the woman just yet. Who knows? You might want to come to y'all first. Now, y'all already know, most of y'all that know me know where I stand. So I'm not even, and I can get expressive about it, but y'all know where I stand. So I just want to know, are y'all going to be upset with me? Are you going to be understanding? You going to think I'm an idiot? Will you have resentment? Will you, you know, see, that's what I'm interested in knowing. You said, why were you feeling that way? So what you're saying is I need to have a justification uh to my feelings for you to understand. So you basically, it has to make sense for you. So, oh, okay. So you said you'd be okay with no resentment. So that's interesting. Leslie, no, I don't have a baby. Mm-mm. If I had a baby, I would know if it's my baby. Let's be clear. Man, everybody know me already. But I'm just interested on the woman's point of view of this because see, my brother Kojak says he thinks there will be some sort of resentment from women. I've actually kind of heard that too from the majority of women that I spoke to. What up, E? What up? But I'm tempted to know, do you guys think they're justified in their actions of feeling disrespected, having resentment, things of those cases? Is it understanding that a man, would want to pull back because they don't want to get attached to a kid that they don't know is theirs? Or is it just dumb? Or see, it says for you to pull away from the child, it means you had an issue. How do you know that? And see, the reason why I'm having this conversation, right? What up, Peter? What's the word, bro? The reason why I'm having this conversation is this: men and women are different. We think different. There are some things that we just can never truly understand about each other, even though we have conversations. It's just some things we'll never understand about each other. Like, for instance, right? We just have to accept it. Most men will tell you that giving birth for a woman is extremely painful and difficult, and most men couldn't do it, right? We don't know if that's the case, but most men will concede because they don't have the ability to experience that. They are not women. They don't have that ability to experience. They have to concede that to you, right? They have to say it's yours. We have to. When it comes to the opposite view, right? The paternity for men, that's something that most women never have to experience because they know the child is there. So I'm telling you, should I have to give you a reason to why I doubt paternity? Or can I just, I don't know. Can it just be a feeling? Could it just be a sporadic emotion? Or am I not entitled to those emotions? That is the interest that I have, right? And I want y'all to be honest, ladies, even because look, ladies, women are jealous, right? Like I'll simplify it to the logic. Women know men can sleep with other women and it not be an emotional thing, but y'all still don't like it. You get what I'm saying? Like y'all know men could sleep with a girl and it don't mean nothing, but y'all don't like being cheated on, is what y'all call it, right? Y'all don't even like knowing about it, even if y'all do know. So regardless of the point, I'm saying there are just some things, even with your logical mind, you go, I still don't like it, right? I'm saying you may not understand it. I can't even give you a reason why I think like this, right? I can't give you a reason. Hey, CC, appreciate you. Thank you. Hey, see if they can hit a like on the way in, CC. See if you can get somebody to hit a like for me. But I'm just interested. Do I have to justify a reason? Do I have to justify a reason? Look, shout out to E. He said, look, they get a feeling when they think we cheating. You can have a feeling too. See, the thing is, I understand what you're saying. I agree to that, but it's an acceptable thought for them to think like that, right? Conversations about what if your chat, well, here we go, Leslie. Thank you. Let's get this honest, raw truth and emotions out. What if it's your child and you miss precious moments? Now, it's a good question. What if it's your child and you miss precious moments, right? Don't be afraid to hit the link. Don't be afraid. Let me ask you this, right? I'll counter that statement by saying this. If a woman, well, actually, this might make the perfect sense. If a woman is, let's say a woman gets pregnant, right? Let's say a woman gets pregnant, and here's a dangerous conversation for a man, right? This is dangerous. Let's say your girl get pregnant, right? And she tells you, I'm pregnant. Pause time, immediate, right there. Step out of your own body and contemplate the statement that was just said. I'm pregnant. Imagine you have the ability to freeze time, but still think, but freeze time in that moment. You can freeze her body and only you have a moment to think, right? What do you think goes through a man's head when a woman tells him she's pregnant? What do you think goes? Didn't you even hear the first heartbeats? Yeah, we heard the first heartbeats because we didn't disengage from the child until month 2. So we heard them. We heard them. So what do you think what goes through a man's mind when you tell him I'm pregnant? What do you think? Now, Kazi says husband pride surprise. That doesn't shock me, actually. That doesn't shock me as much as you think it is. Now, Shannon says my life is over. I really want y'all to really think about this, right? Now, there's a couple different factors, right? A guy that's been trying to get you pregnant for a long time, but let's use a realistic scenario that is more common than others, right? That's more common than others, right? Most children are not planned. I think most of y'all are in alignment and agreement with me that most children are not planned, right? Most of them, we call them oops babies, right? We call them oops babies, right? So I'm wondering, what do you think goes to a man's head when a woman that they're not planning for children tells him, I'm pregnant? Now, if he could freeze time, frozen, right? I'll tell you what the first thing that goes to my head, right? And I'm a thinker. You guys can probably tell I think a lot, right? I freeze the time. I go, how do I respond to this? If I'm happy, right? If I'm happy, I can say, oh, wow. I can get excited, emotional, call it whatever you want, right? But if I'm not happy, I can't show her that I'm not happy, because that's a bad idea. Because then she might say things, you don't even want this child, right? But here's the thing. The only thing a man can do in that moment, listen, as crazy as it sounds, you have two options. Ask her what does she want to do, which is not what she wants you to ask her, by the way. Ask her whatever you know. Actually, don't even say that. You just say, well, whatever you decide, I'm good with. That's actually the statement that most men actually genuinely have to have in their head. Whatever you decide, I'm good with. They prefer you to say, oh, I'm so excited. Oh, they want you to do that, right? But there's no correct answer, because let me tell you this, right? The reason why I gave y'all the scenario, and I see my guy E in the back. The reason why I gave y'all the scenario, right, is that if a woman is pregnant in let's just say month 2, she says, I don't want this child, the child is gone. The child is gone. She gets to change her mind for whatever emotional reason, right? It's her choice, right? She could have changed her mind. But for a man, our changing of minds come with enormous consequence. Enormous consequence. So it's often in our best interest not to say anything. It's often in our best interest either pretend to be excited, even if we're not. Because if you get excited, oh, I'm so happy we're gonna have the child, and she tell you, well, I don't know if I'm gonna keep it. It's well within her rights. It's her decision, her body. How do you get past these moments? If you that excited and she says, well, I don't know if I'm gonna keep it, ain't nothing you can do. So now you frustrated because you're like, what the hell you get excited for? There might not be no child for you, buddy. And if you aren't excited, well, she gonna think you don't want a child with her. Think about how many emotions, how many thought process a man has to go through in a split second if he don't respond the proper way, right? So I'm genuinely wondering, for the people that says why you have doubts, this and that, a woman can just sporadically say, well, between 1 month to 6 months, some up to the baby's just about born, I don't know, I changed my mind. She don't have to give no essay reasons. Wait, there's consequences for both. That is true. There is consequences for both. However, the bigger consequence lies on the men typically, as far as how we react to sad news. Because I'm gonna be honest, she gonna look at you differently. She gonna look at you differently. Oh, what? Oh, you don't want the child? Then if you do want the child and she don't want the child, it's in your best interest to be prepared to let her do whatever she decides. Because you're gonna be the dad regardless or not, or you're not gonna be a dad regardless or not. She holds the key, she holds the power. So I'm asking the women, is it okay for a man to have doubt? Remove himself from a child for a month and a half, not have no interactions, because he's trying to protect his ability to get attached to a child, right? Gore, what up? Gore, appreciate you. We edit, bro. We edit. You know me. My goal, 2,000 subscribers. That's all my goal ever was. So we get back there, we lit. Appreciate you. But E, what do you think? Do you think it's okay for a man to just within month 2 be like, I'm disengaged. I need a test. I just don't know. Or does he have to justify a reason?
I think if a man have doubt, he should not engage at all with the child. Point blank, period. I think he should. It's actually more healthy for the child for him not to engage than to find out what it is. This 3 weeks or 4 weeks, and you're gonna miss some precious moment, I believe is BS. Ain't nothing that precious in 30 days that ain't gonna happen again in the rest of their life, in my opinion. So yeah, but that's kind of my thing is I think that there's nothing wrong with it. I think it should be red flags if you ask a woman for a DNA test and she don't want to give it to you. Because if she know you're 100% the daddy, it's not costing her nothing financially. Why is it a problem that you want a DNA test? Especially if you guys are not married, but even if you are married. So I just think, go
What do
ahead.
you think about this statement here?
Nope, I think you shouldn't engage just in case. Like the reason that I say you should not engage is because you get emotionally like we don't see on Mari these guys that be like, I'm still gonna be there for it even though it's not my child. It's because they done got emotionally attached to something that's not theirs. Like your child, see, this is the woman's problem. Your child is not gonna be like, I remember when I was 25 days old and daddy, you wasn't there to claim me. Like it's the woman that got a problem with it. Your child don't have a problem with it.
Okay, so I expect some of these statements to be made, right? Kazi says it is okay. The first months are kind of a blur anyway, right? So let me hone in on that a little bit, right? What about month 8? The baby's 8 months old. Is a man allowed to have doubt then, Kazi? Is a man to be like, I need to test. For whatever reason, however his emotions, however his thought process is, whatever he can't explain it, he's like, I need to test. Is 8 months too long for him for you to say that's not okay? Where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line?
Well, this is why I'm such a big advocate for mandatory DNA tests for all kids, point blank, period. Like every child that comes out of a woman should have a DNA test. It should like you must have a DNA test to be on the birth certificate, point blank, period. And the reason that I'm such an advocate of that is because it do get dangerous. Say this child 5 years old, 7 years old, this child 3 years old, and now you trying to do a DNA test because the doubt is there. How about at conception, when the baby come into this world, we automatically test this person, and then you don't have to worry about that doubt 8 months, 12 months, or 2 years down the road.
So take the poll, and then when you all you have to do is dismiss the poll, and then the link will pop up for you can get onto the stream, bro. Well, here's the thing. Listen, I make no curls. I love me some Cece. She knows that. I think she's a strong personality. I'm doing my best. I want her on my show. I don't expect her to cam up, but I want her on the show. And she promised me she's gonna come on the show. And she don't break no promises. But she says, ladies in the chat, can you put a 1 if you think yes, and a 2 if you think no, that the government should pay for the test? If a man has doubt on the child that the government should pay for the test, just put a 1 or 1 yes, they should pay, a 2 if no, they shouldn't pay.
The government doesn't
the chat for me.
But the government doesn't pay. I just had a baby. They send me the bill and my insurance company the bill. They charge us $5 for muffins. $10 for 1 pill of Tylenol. What is it going to hurt for them to add another line that says
because the ladies in the chat say no.
Yo,
Leslie says yes, they should pay, but the women in the chat say the government should not pay.
The parent should pay. That's what I'm saying. The parent should pay.
Hold on. Because, and I'm gonna get right to you. I saw you, bro. I appreciate you. I'm gonna get right to you in just 1 second, bro. Listen. Everybody knows me. I don't ask random questions, right? Especially questions that have insight to my thoughts, right? The reason why I asked this question, right, about should the government pay, right? Because I look up things and I do research, right? I don't understand why there are a lot of women that are objective to the government paying for the test, right? I get a lot of they shouldn't pay. Hold on, shout out to my guy Spence. He says, do women care about the hours, days, months, years that keep the child from the father? E-Man is right about DNA at birth, right? Now, everybody know I'm extreme advocate for mandatory paternity tests, extreme advocate, right? But this conversation is about bridging the there should be, for me, I'm like, why are they putting tools in the chat that the government shouldn't pay, right? And here's the reason why I say that, and I'm coming right to you, is I looked up how much it costs for a test, right? And it ranges from like $100 something to about $500, right? And then I looked up how much it costs to do a deletion, right? And the most prominent one that people talk about is Planned Parenthood, right? And it costs somewhere around like $400 or $500, right? But Planned Parenthood receives grants and receives money from the government. So the women who get Planned Parenthood's support actually get their situation funded by the government. So I'm intrigued to see, for when a man is in a circumstance, they don't want him to be funded by the government. That's the whole point of the question, right? Because I already know women, no, why should the government pay for that? You should just be a man and tell your woman you want to test and you pay for it yourself. You're a man, right? But the women literally have programs, funding, etc., for their issues. And this is the bigger component, right? There are men that cannot afford tests. And I know y'all don't care about those men, right? I know they mean nothing to you, right? They mean nothing to a lot of people, right? There are men that cannot afford it. Does not mean that he doesn't have a right. It should be one thing that all men at least stand on, and that women that love men stand on, is that I don't give a damn if that man broke as a joke. Whether he got money now for his child or he has to figure out how to go make money in this moment now, the least we willing to do as a society, because we can't do everything for you, we at least make sure we take care of whether you know that's your child. Now, I put money on it. I got you. You see that type of support for women, they have that. They have that. And men, we pay for it. I don't understand the vast vitriol for the men to get supported, especially ones that need it the most. I just don't understand. And they go, it's only $100 to $400 or $500. Well, then take down Planned Parenthood, take away all these government funded situations and let women pay out of their pocket. What happens? They line the men, hey, I need a couple $100. I'm pregnant. I need that money to get rid. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's what they do. It's not a secret. So I don't understand why it's always a pushback instead of 100% support. Yeah, that's the one thing that we should want to do for men. So it's always interesting to me. What up, Is? What up?
Yo, what's good, Aaron? How you?
Life is good, bro. Life is good.
Always. What's up, E man? How you doing, man? Long time no see, family. Yo, salute to the chat, to all the chat ninjas out there. But yo, Aaron, that's a really good question, right? However, in some circumstances, at least where I was staying at in North Carolina, the government does pay for it.
Okay, the government does pay for it. At what range of the situation? In the beginning, or after, let's just say some months later, you feel your personal reasons and you can go to the government and they pay for it?
No, it's not necessarily a personal reason. So let me explain. So when I was younger, much younger, my girl best friend and I, when she went to college, we was hooking up or whatever, right? And we had been friends all through high school. We never did anything, but then so I moved away and we was just friends still, just friends that was doing our thing. But, so I moved away. It wasn't no thing. We wasn't together. She moved on or whatever the case may be, right? So long story short, she had a baby, right? And since I was away, she came to my mom's house because, she was one of my best friends at the time. So she came to my mom's house. She told my mom the whole story. So my mom got in contact with me, whatever. She told me that she had linked up with someone else, but she was sure that was mine, whatever. So cool, right? Yo, ironically, I got back with my girlfriend who ended up being my ex-wife. I got back with her and she had a son for me, right? Crazy thing is, the babies were supposed to be born on the same exact day. You know what I'm saying? The little girl is 2 years older than my son, but they were supposed to be born on the same exact day. So when my girlfriend at the time realized that, she was like, yo, nah, right? And then my best friend, she was like, yo, you know how that chick is. She gonna try to clean you out. She said she ain't gonna leave no money for my baby. So I gotta take you for child support too. So that's what she said. She's like, yo, if she take you for child support, I got to take you for child support because she gonna try to take everything you got. And, our baby ain't gonna have nothing. So I was like, yo, I ain't mad at you. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? So in that circumstance, the government automatically does a paternity test when there's more than one paternity.
So see, and I understand that circumstance, right? For me, right? Let's just say you still with the woman. She got so if you want to get a paternity, if you want paternity on your child, she need to leave you first. You see what I'm saying? Like, why is it the relationship has to be dismantled for her to be like, fine, go ahead and get your test, as opposed to it being an understanding and acceptance during your relationship when you have to, all right, you know what? I'm gonna just say some mean stuff. This is my thoughts. Y'all want me to be evil about it, I'll do it. When a woman's going through what y'all call postpartum, right? A man don't have to deal with that. I don't want to deal with no woman going through that. I'm out of here. Peace. Chunk up the deuce, right? He could leave. But you know what people would view him as? Low down, dirty shame. You know what I mean? Like, you the worst scum. When she going through her emotional thing for having your child, yada, yada, you leave. So I'm saying, if you going through something, she ain't got to understand, right? I don't know why it has to be an understanding, because we don't understand postpartum. We don't understand none of that. That's their emotion. We just know the right thing to do is to be supportive, right? And so in the inverse, why we got to break up for me to get a test? I should be able to let them give me a test. Government pay for that. It is what it is. Why is there a disdain for the man? Why is there no understanding? That part I don't get.
Well, I will say this too, Aaron. Yo, DNA diagnostics, right? They do paternity tests, and I think it's like 149 or 199 now. You know what I'm saying? So it is a lot more reasonable to do a paternity test, and it's a real easy process. You know what I mean? But I feel you on that. I mean, I agree with you. Like, that's the one thing, and that's part of the fabric, part of the reason why the fabric of society is such in shambles, because it's mama's baby, but daddy's maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know unless you know. Like, they know it's their baby, but you really don't know until you get a paternity test or whatever the case may be.
So what you guys got to realize is that it will really bring shame back into the community. Like, if we knew 100%, who was everybody, mama and daddy, or who wasn't everybody, mama and daddy, I think people start making more wise decisions. They couldn't go out there and just have anybody baby and they don't know who it is. They might have to take that deletion option. So I just don't understand why people push back on it. Like, because I think it's just something that we shouldn't push back on. We should make it part of our society, and it should be mandatory DNA tests for everybody.
But this is the thing, man. The reason why they push back is because it's not like Aaron was alluding to. It's not incentivized for men to get paternity tests. Because think about it. If a man is silly enough to sign the birth certificate without actually knowing 100%, then he's automatically on the hook for that child, right? And in certain states, even if you don't sign, but you living with the woman or woman's living with you, whatever the case may be, you're on the hook. So they're not incentivized to find out the truth. They don't want the men to find out the truth because it's financially profitable for them not to. It's financially profitable for them to not know. You know what I'm saying? And to just put it on whoever they want to pay.
Let me give you this scenario, right? Because I have a point to everything, right? But let me try this. All right. Let's just say you with your woman, right? So y'all been together for 3 years. She gets pregnant. She tells you. The second she tells you she's pregnant, you say, I'm out. I don't want to be with you no more, right? You would be considered the devil. The devil, right? Because that you just don't do that. That's wrong. That's wrong, right? You don't leave a woman in that vulnerable state or whatever the case is, right? But if she tell you, I'm not ready to have a kid, you are not allowed to demonize her. You can't tell her you gonna have it. You can't demonize her, bro. You can't. You're not allowed to. You got to be understanding. I don't get the understanding for the man side. I know that you can never feel what it's like to be a man. So why can't you just concede like we concede? All right, we concede that you got it. Why is there's no concession on their end at all? It's no matter what they say, they're going to give you attitude. They're going to have some resentment. They're going to feel like you should trust me. Everything. It's all about that, as opposed to, no, we get it. It's good. But we both know that's not going to happen. So I'm just trying to understand. Go ahead.
Can you put up Urban Gospel comment? You are 100% wrong, my friend. Every baby that comes out of a woman should be tested. Point blank and period. It shouldn't be your relationship status. It should be part of medicine. Let me give you an example, right? Every time a baby come out of a woman, they put this ointment on the baby eyes, right? It should be almost like medicine for that situation. So you're wrong. Nope, everybody. Point blank, period.
But I agree with you, E-Man. But this is the thing, though. This whole system is based off of stuff like that. You gotta remember, lawyers are getting paid, judges are getting paid. The whole system is incentivized to keep these rackets going. You see what I'm saying? If they did that, it'd be too much like the right thing. See, this is the thing. They understand that still men make the majority of the money, the system, right? And so as men making the majority of the money, if men are paying into the system of child support, then that's interest and that's accounts that they could get paid off of, and they could use that money to make more money. Just like the banks, just like, you know what I'm saying, credit card companies. It's the same thing. It's the same racket.
I understand those things, right? This conversation is about trying to understand why the women have such pushback for the men. You get that part. I do not understand, since we're told
selfish.
They want to shame. They want to shame you into not going for it. That's the simple answer. They want to shame you into not doing this very thing that they would do themselves.
And then we got to really remember, you know how many chicks, like if you tell a chick that you about to leave them and they say, well, I'm pregnant, to try to lock you in that situation, to keep you there, to manipulate you, right? Like, it's one of those things that what it really comes down to, and I think people don't want to talk about it, a lot of women just selfish. That's really what it is.
So Callie Bev says a paternity test is $30 at CVS.
Why I've never saw that. You seen that?
So, no, but I get her point, right? So I don't know when you came in, Callie Bev, but I've already stated that for some men, sure, they'll take that test. I'm telling you, for me, mine is going to be lab tested by a professional, a pundit, somebody in a level that I feel more comfortable with proceeding that test. I'm not about to go to no CVS and do no baby swab and be like, no, that don't give me comfort. The things that I'm an expert in, I feel extremely comfortable in talking about and processing, right? There are things that I'm particularly not willing to take more of a risk in when it comes to paternity of my child.
And they give you denial. See, people don't understand. If it happens at the hospital and professionals do it, we know that everything happened correctly. Compared to we get some box out of CBS and we swipe them, then the mother can actually deny that it ever happens. It's no proof. That's why I think it should be, you know how they send the birth certificate? They should send the DNA test with the birth certificate.
But dudes can opt not to sign the birth certificate until they're, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there are things that men can do to ensure.
Not if you're married. Not if you're married.
Okay, well, not if you're married. I get you on that. But we know that most Black people, right? That's what we talk about every day. Most Black people today are not married. So
see, I want y'all to stay with. Yeah, you're right. I want y'all to stay in the scenario though. We already had the baby. It's 2 months. I don't know how to justify it to y'all. I don't care to. Something that I need to get a test on the child. I'm pulling back until I know the child mind. It takes about a month, right? We just arbitrarily takes about a month, professionally done, because I'm not going to no CVS, right? It
actually takes 2 weeks, Aaron. 2 weeks to get the results back.
Like I said, that may work there, but And if we encompassing everybody, some stay slower, some faster, things like that. That's why I just said arbitrarily. I said, honestly, I said between like 2 to 6 weeks. So that's what somebody looked up, right? Do you know how much hatred, disdain that woman will have for you in that time being for you not being involved with the child? Is it warranted? Is it deserving? Is what I'm trying to understand, because like, I don't know for a woman. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, he shouldn't do that to no child, because what I'm trying to understand is, do women agree that it's okay? And I'm gonna use something more pulling on emotions, right? Let's go with a 2-year-old, right? 2-year-old, right? It's baby for 2 years, but you know what? Something ain't right. Something ain't right. I got to get a test. You pull back from your 2-year-old, right? For the next month, right? We're gonna do the next month. You have no engagement. You're like, something wrong with my heart. I don't know what it is. I can't explain everything. Some things are unexplainable. You pull back. Do they have justification to be upset with you, to have any disdain towards you because you want to get a test on your child?
No. But this is the thing though, Aaron, right? And that's why I alluded to when I said I've been through it, right? So that child I was talking about ended up not being mine. You know what I'm saying? And I found out when my son was 1 and she was 3 years old. And I have raised her as my own all that time, right? And I was involved in her life. One thing that I regret 22 years later, 23 years later, is not continuing to be in that child's life. You know what I'm saying? I tried to reach out later on in life to, you know what I mean, to try to, establish relationship. I tried to keep relationship throughout the years, but, as people are, living their lives and stuff like that, it gets challenging. But I honestly, as a man, I can admit to you that I regret, regardless, not being in the child's life, because the other dude, you know what I'm saying, couldn't be there or whatever the case may be, right? So now the girl ended up getting, my best friend, she ended up getting married. And, of course, we drifted apart or whatever the case may be. So I think, and last time I checked up on the little girl from a distance, of course, she's a grown woman now, but last time I checked up on her from a distance, she was doing good. So I'm happy about that. But I ain't gonna front though. I do feel a way about it sometimes when I think about it. You know what I mean? So I don't think necessarily, and I might be making your argument in another way, but I'm just saying necessarily, right? When you're around kids, children, it makes your life, if you're a certain type of man, it makes your life feel more fulfilled. It makes your life feel, you know what I mean? Like it adds purpose to your life a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? Especially me as a young boy. So I can't say that no, you shouldn't hang out with the kid or be around the child or whatever the case may be. Men operate a lot different than women. We don't have the same level of attachments, but when you get older, you do start to, you know what I mean? You do start to reminisce and look back over your life, and you might have some ways that you might have moved different.
I think I'd actually heard different viewpoints on the attachment. I'd actually argue because a man does develop an attachment to a child that he did not actually physically birth, there's less of a physical component. He has a more deeper attachment. I could argue that. As crazy as that sounds, I could argue that. But I don't want to get fixated on that. Kazi, what do you mean by step out completely, right? Because y'all still together now, or when you say step out completely, does that mean you need to kick him out of his house? Or what do you mean by step out completely? I need more understanding on what you mean by that, because I'm just saying he's going to be doing, still going through the day-to-day process, but he's not engaging with the child. He's protecting his emotions. He's protecting himself.
See, I think just like women have rights, we got to remember that men have rights. And kind of like what my brother down here was saying, he said he felt guilty, but he still had a decision whether he wanted to be in the life or whether he did not want to be in that child's life. I believe that women should not be mad if they have not proved that that's his baby. Because what we're doing is going off he said, she said. There's no logic in saying that you can hold me accountable and you haven't gave me any evidence. So I think that she should provide evidence if she want him to be a father. But that's just my opinion.
Yo, E-Man, do they in your state? Do they allow? Because in my state, they don't. They don't allow you to do paternity tests in the hospital. Period. Do they allow?
Yes,
They do.
and Washington State, especially if you're not the father, they encourage you to do a paternity test. Like not the father, if you're not married, they encourage you right then and there to do a paternity test inside the hospital in Washington State.
Okay, so they do paternity tests in the hospital, but see, in my state, in Alabama, they don't do. At least they didn't do paternity tests in the hospital. You know what I'm saying?
I think it shouldn't even be a question. Hey, sir, Aaron, if you want to be on this birth certificate, you got to get a DNA test. Would you like to take a DNA test? Yes or no? That's literally what the question should be.
And all it is swabs. So how much is it? How much is it to do it in the hospital? Like, what's the price?
It's gonna range from a couple $100 most likely.
Yeah, like I think it's like $350, but your insurance, it depends on if you got good insurance. Your insurance is just paid for a portion, and you have to pay the other portion out your.
I'm sure there's time frames on it though. Most insurance have time frames. If you get it done with this certain period of time, if you wait till the child is 5, I don't know if they're gonna follow. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
No, I'm talking about like right after the child is born.
And that's what I'm saying, right? I don't want to take those simple scenarios that you do it. I'm telling you, this man found out 8 months later, a 2-year-old.
So let's use your scenario. Say this kid, let's say 1.5, because 1.5 is when the relationship, like you start seeing the kid emotions, like it's a different level of attachment, right? Like I don't think most kids remember them being 8 months years old.
They don't even remember them.
I've never heard anything under 3.
Yeah,
yes.
That's what they don't remember them being 2 either.
So, but 1.5, this is when you start. This is not you just changing diapers. This is when you start interacting. The kid might be starting to walk, starting to crawl. This is when interaction between parents or the male and my parent is starting to go. I believe a man can ask proof for a baby all the way up until a woman have proven 100% that that's his baby. Like it's one of those things that it's almost like we supposed to be the most trustworthy people on earth, and they don't even trust us. So I think it really comes down to if I have the right to say, can I get a DNA test? And she shouldn't have no problem, especially if she have no doubt that it's my baby. I don't understand why that's so hard.
But your question more so was a question of Aaron, right? Like why the women go so hard against it, right?
Because it's not their baby. They know it's not the dude baby. I listen, the women that I seen go super hard. Listen. The one who say, no, you should know this your baby, this, that, and third, and come out that it's not their baby. Like that, that's why they're fighting it.
I can't.
I don't know about that.
That's not always the way. Wait, hold on. That's not always the case, E-Man, because like I said, I've lived a lot of life, right? And I was in a situation. I don't, but anyway, I was in a situation.
For the streets. Go ahead. Yeah, for the streets.
I was in a situation, and the person, they was only with me, and it was absolutely my child or whatever the case may be. At the same time, they took the route like it was offensive to them. Like they was like, yo, you don't know that I'm only with you. You don't know that I'm only messing with you. And I was like you. I'm like, man, well, yo, I believe that, but I don't know that. I ain't with you 24/7. I ain't checking for you 24/7.
You should have said, I'm not God. I can't read what you've been doing 24/7.
That's why
I don't got no trackers. I ain't got no tracker on you. How
do
we supposed to know?
E-Man, hold on. That's what I'm saying. But her and her parents were, I mean, like even to this day, like her parents still a little salty and warm with me because I got a paternity test. But I just wanted to know for sure, you know what I'm saying? 100%. And of course he was mine, but still like I needed to know, you know what I'm saying?
I think
men are better. It was a problem, and she was 1,000%. She was like, "Shit, you can go tomorrow. You can go wherever you want to go. Like, I'm cool. Like, I know this is your child." And I was like, "Cool. Well, shit, you shouldn't have a problem with me getting a paternity test." She said, "I don't." But like, yo, I caught hell for like 5-6 years, and it's just now cooling down a little bit. And this is like 10 years later. You know what I mean?
Well, I it's red flags. Listen, if a woman know 100% that's your baby, and you say, "Hey, check this out," and you sound like y'all wasn't married, and because a lot of people who question it
wasn't married.
ain't married, And then you get upset that the dude said, "Hey man, I just want to make sure." I believe once you got the paternity test, you was a better father. I'm actually think once a guy know that it was 100% him, and she get rid of the doubt, he's gonna go in even harder and better. He's gonna be a better father. So this pushback, like I red flags. Y'all can say that y'all can protect these women if y'all want to, but listen, I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. If you start asking for a paternity test, especially if you're not married, it is red flags that she don't want to give you a paternity test.
It's female nature. It's not protecting females. It's female nature, though. I think that is more so their nature, especially the better. I think honestly, the more loyal the girl is, the more offended she'll be. I really believe that.
I think
because she'll be like,
I think the less loyal.
No. The more loyal the girl is, the more offended she'll be, because she'll be like, damn, dude, like, why would you think that I would do you like that? You know what I'm saying? So I think it's not
2022.
It's 2023 actually, but
all right, well, you're right, but it's 2023, and she asked me why do I care? Because I showed up to my grandpa's funeral and I found out I had some uncles and some cousins that we didn't know about for 30 years.
But
so
like
this idea.
You're trying to circle
guys, stop it. So I'm seeing women talk about loyalty, right? So my girl CC says women are worried about you questioning their loyalty. So let me ask y'all this, because loyalty, can it be proven? Because they're saying you're questioning my loyalty, right? How do I know that you're loyal? Is there a test for that?
Yeah, it is a test. It's called a paternity test. That's a test to see if you was loyal. You go out there and take that paternity test. It's you was loyal.
That doesn't mean she was. Yo, but see, that's,
I know.
Wait, hold on, E-man. Wait, E-man. You see how crazy that sounds? Because just because you was that nigga for that particular thing does not mean that she didn't sleep with no one else. That does not mean that. That's the most ridiculous thing ever.
I'm not saying that it's 100%. You know, even condoms is 99.99.
No. So look,
this test ain't 100%.
No,
it just tell you that time she was loyal.
That's why I explain to women, and I don't give a damn how they feel about it anyway, but it ain't about loyalty. See, this child is an independent person. Ain't got nothing to do with loyalty to me or loyalty to you. My loyalty is to the child, right? So, and then also to my own, you can call it ego. I don't think that it is, but my own thought process is very this simple. I honestly feel very uncomfortable telling people this is my baby when I don't know for a fact that it is. I feel very uncomfortable. I talk to grown men that are to be respected, right? And they be like, oh, these my kids. And I'll be like, you know for a fact? And they say, yeah. And I say, you ever had them tested? Nah. Then you're not a man to me at that exact point that I can respect, because you are a liar. So I know that sounds crazy, but that's how my mind works.
Let's play that back for the rewind. I want to make sure I heard it right. You said if a man don't get his kids text, you don't respect him as a man.
I don't respect him if he says he knows for a fact those kids are his. Like for instance, them kids is yours? Yeah, they're my kids. You know for a fact? Nah, yeah. But unless your next statement is I believe they are, don't say I know they are. Because listen, words matter when we have these other conversations. But when I tell you right now words matter, I can't hold you to that. No, next thing you need to say is I believe they mine. I hope they mine. I think they mine. But do not say I know they're mine. That is a problem for somebody like me who feels uncomfortable saying these my children when I don't know that they are.
That's fair. I mean, that's a fair statement. I mean, you know, I got mine. Well, you know, 2 of mine. I got 2 of mine tested. You know, I got 4. But anyway, but yeah.
So you didn't get the other 2 tested?
Nah, because I was married when they was I just took it on the chin. I was married when they were born.
So I'm
just telling you, I was young. You got realize.
No. Coolly. What if the kid looks just like you? Let me give you an example. You know what? You want to play with me? I'm gonna play with you. Hold on 1 second. Y'all want to play?
Well, let me say something while Aaron doing that. So I
had married with 2. The first one I wasn't married, and the last one I wasn't married. But the first 3 are by the same person. So I was a young boy though. I was a young guy. You know what I'm saying? So I got married, you know, after I had my son, you know, with my daughters. So
I was dating this chick that I was really serious with before I went to the military, right? And I think we were supposed to get married when I came back from the military. Went out to the military, came back, chick was pregnant, right? Baby, she gave birth to this baby. This baby looked identical to my seed.
You see that? You see this actor right here?
How we know that's not his baby? No, just playing.
That's the actor that played Tupac. He actually resembles Tupac a whole lot. If y'all pull up just different images of him, he ain't related to Tupac. He not related to Tupac. My point of it is, I don't give a damn if you think the child looks like you. That's up for you. If that's your determination, because the baby looked like me, salute to you. But if you don't know that child is yours, don't tell me that you do. We're gonna have an issue, bro.
What if the baby act like you?
Oh Lord, here we go.
No, for real. Like, so say for example, what are these things that is unique to you that you do, and the baby doesn't?
Unique to you? Give me an example of something that can be unique to one human being.
Like how they breathe based on their nostrils.
Okay, so let me.
What?
So
What?
no, that's fine, right?
What?
But so you telling me you waiting for that exact moment to find something that distinguishes that child, right?
No. What I'm saying is, let me give you an example of what I'm saying, right? When I say my baby, my second, well, the second child I had, not the one I just had. When I say she do things that is no way that she learned, I don't know how she figured them out. She do things like that. I still think you should get a DNA test. I'm not on that side saying that you shouldn't get a DNA test, but I'm just saying, why not?
Yeah, you said leave that up to that if you want to.
But no. The question is though, why to the ladies? Why is it a big deal to have proof? It's almost like I just don't understand. Like why is it a big deal?
I just told you, fam, because it's number one. If the more loyal she is, the more it's like you're accusing her of something. And it's like you're trying to make it seem like she wasn't a good woman. Number two, it's the other women are financially incentivized not to know for real. And number three, it's their nature. Like you trying to get women. Hold on, you're trying to make women be 100% against their evolutionary nature. Like,
well, let me ask you a question then. No, let me ask you a question. Your girl come home and she accused you of cheating. You got the right to be offended as a man?
Yeah, yo, you know how many, yo, have you been with a woman who hasn't accused you of cheating? Every girl I've ever been with accused me of cheating. What you mean?
So but what I'm saying, do you have the right to be offended for 5 years the same way they offended for 5 years that you asked for a DNA test?
Bro,
hold on one second, guys. One second. See through you. That is so disrespectful to a loyal woman like me. I would take it the wrong way. Okay.
I told you, and that's a fact, Aaron. I'm telling you, that's a fact.
No. Listen. This is the point of this conversation, right? I want these true thoughts, right? So I'm gonna say this, right? We're not gonna understand each other, right? So I'm gonna give you an example, right? To some men, it means everything to them that child is theirs. Doesn't mean they can't raise a child that's not theirs, but to some men, it means everything, right? Just like you want to know if I'm sleeping with another woman, even though you never see her, even though we never, like, it ain't never in the opening, but you want the option to choose if I can smash another chick, or should I be able to smash another chick? And as long as you never find out, is you cool with that? Or do you think it's foul to look at you in the eyes knowing I'm doing what I've done? And I say that to say this. You may think you're loyal, but give me some examples of loyalty that has anything to do with the child. Give me some examples of loyalty, and I can tell you anything that you name, a person that's not loyal could do it.
Give me one quick second, Aaron. I'll be right back.
Yeah, take your time, bro. So like that's the thing, see through you. I mean, I know you think you loyal, but you're not loyal unless your loyalty is tested, then proven. You just saying you're loyal. And I'm not saying you're not. I'm saying for that to be true, you have to be tested, and proven. And I'm not talking about the paternity test. I'm talking your loyalty needs to be tested and then proven. You saying I haven't opened my legs to another man is you saying you haven't opened your legs to another man. Has nothing to do with paternity. Like, the child could be mine and you could be smashing the next door neighbor every other week. The child just so happened to get born off of me. That's why I tell her it ain't about that. I don't give a damn if you cheated, because it ain't about proving if you cheated. It's about me knowing for a fact that the child is mine. Forget you. So I don't understand this loyalty thing that women think that they are. How are you loyal unless you're tested, then proven? Give me, unless y'all got examples of this loyalty that I've never heard of. I'm gonna need some help. You got some examples of this loyalty stuff that's not tested?
I think loyalty is a figment of the imagination. I really do. I think it's one of those things that, how can we really believe is true if we can't prove it? So it's so many people.
Hold on, E, because we're going to interact with the ladies because they ain't not going to hit the cam up. So Aaron, in order for me to get pregnant and it not be my husband's, I would have to not be loyal and cheat. Correct. Well, for him to know that you were disloyal, he would have to what? Test you. So there's no way around getting around a test and then being proven. You actually making my point by that statement. You're not loyal just because you say you're loyal. I know y'all may think that listen to this music, I'm a down chick. That's kind of loyalty doesn't exist. I'm telling you this. I'm telling you now, loyalty must be tested, then proven. Otherwise, it's a figment of your imagination, or only you believe that only you can prove in your head what truly happened.
I would kind of agree with. I think loyal women don't have a problem with getting tested.
I would agree to that too, to a certain degree.
No, because the loyal women in my life, I say, hey, I want a DNA test. They said, do you want me to pay for it, or should you pay for it?
So your wife said that, E-Man?
My wife had no problem getting a DNA test. My wife was like, let's go. Oh yeah. She said, I'm willing to put my loyalty on the line by getting you this DNA test.
I forgot. You don't have a black woman, so
no, I knew it. I knew it.
Don't do
that. Your woman is different.
Aaron,
hey,
I knew. Listen, I knew
his woman is different. Come on,
it is.
So there's no difference between Asian women and black women.
There are differences, but when it comes to this, my girl's the same way.
So okay, so your girl, but so how many babies you got, Aaron?
I don't have none yet.
How many paternity tests have you had? See, listen, Aaron, this is what I'm gonna tell you.
Is before you say it. I know that you want to talk about experience going through this.
No, I'm not. That's not what I'm
telling you.
Listen, Aaron, a woman that love you will tell you anything you want to hear. I'm telling you. Listen,
Aaron, I get that part.
Only when the rubber meets the road do you know actually what it is. Because I've been told the same thing, but when it came time for it. She said she'll give it to me. She gave it to me, but it was an issue.
But the point that I'm telling you, it should not be an issue. Like if she listen, and I want to ask Aunt TJ, if a dude come to a woman, she know 100% this baby, and he said like he can't be a butthole about it, and he said, hey, check this out. I just want to get a DNA test because there's a lot of things that happen in my family. I want to know 100%. Is that cool with you? And her answer should be yes. Yes. Do you want me to pay for it? Who gonna pay for it? Let's get this DNA test. Let's move on with our life.
Why I need to get a DNA? You know you the only one I've been sleeping with.
See?
Listen. That's how you know she got something to hide.
No. Somebody in the comments said it. You are trying to. Someone in comment. I couldn't catch who it was, but they said you are trying to put logical. You're trying to put your logical brain on an emotional creature, especially right after they had a baby. You know how much chemical. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand, Aaron. Once they have a baby, that's a whole different woman anyway. You got to understand that, know that too.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, you know y'all changed.
I agree. I agree with that. That's
me, and I'm a woman.
But what I'm saying.
Hold on. So Auntie J, I want to ask Auntie J this question because I got to go. So Auntie J, are you telling me if your husband said, hey, you know what? You know, this ain't really got nothing to do with you. It's just a lot of crazy stuff that happened in my family, and I just want to get DNA so that I could be the best father, because I would be limited as a father if I don't know. You would have a problem with him asking for a DNA test for his sanity?
Hey, I was joking. No. In
Yeah.
fact, I think every man should get one because, in all actuality, I don't care how the baby looks can deceive you, all of that. You heard me? And plus, if the baby, hold up, if the woman could already be pregnant, and if the baby start, semen is food for the baby. That's why when you're pregnant, they always tell you to try to stay sexually active because it's nurturing nourishment for the baby.
But I think women don't understand. Let me say this: women don't even understand how much that turned me. Like that'll turn a man on. Like if a woman be like, "Yeah, you want me to pay for it? Let's go right now because I want to make sure." Because it tell. Hold on, Auntie J. It tells the man that she care about how he feel too, or his emotional stability.
You think a black woman care about that, E-Man?
See, I ain't gonna get into the black thing.
You think a black woman care about all that?
Stuff. We got sisters and brothers running around here that don't even know they and brothers.
Colorism's coming next.
I know a lot of them. I really do. So I would always say,
just 1 second. I appreciate you. I got a meeting I got to get to, Aaron. It's always fun coming over here and talking with you.
And that was a good lesson you said last night. Don't ask your mother and father or your father for advice. Go to a therapist. Spot on. Yeah. You've been on point, bro. Tell your wife keep doing a great job, okay?
No, you're not attributing his greatness to his wife. We're not doing that. We're not doing
Bye,
that.
guys.
Peace, E-Man. Oh shit, Auntie J. What up, Des?
What's good?
How you doing?
Yeah, but I would agree. I would agree with that. I have to because we lie. We lie. Anybody can lie and tell you. We might really believe it's yours because a lot of women think it's who you slept with the most. It's who you may have enjoyed who they may have enjoyed the most. We think all kinds of radical shit. But at the end of the day, you slept with more than one. But you don't know. I'm never going to tell you if you never asked.
Okay, let me get my girl Callie Bev in here because she was typing in the chat and she's controversial as always. Callie Bev, is you gonna give me my test or not?
What you asked me? I'm sorry.
What's with this test stuff? My bad, women talking.
Hold on, gentlemen. No, so Callie Bev, I'm just saying, like, you against the government paying for the test?
No, I'm not against the government doing it.
Good. I recommend they pay for it.
Don't they do that anyway? I mean, okay, so how I thought it went was that when you go and you have to establish paternity or whatever, right, for the child support order, right?
See that was the point. We're not talking about y'all breaking up. He not leaving you. Y'all still together unless him wanting to test mean y'all gonna break up. Is that your premise? If he asks for a test, get your test, but we done. Is that the premise?
I don't know. Look, I've been gone for like 15 minutes. I don't know where y'all went. So that's why I'm like, wait a minute, what part of the conversation am I coming in at?
Okay. I'll send her back. All right. So me and this woman, I'll call her woman X, because Callie Bev is married, so I can't use her example. We have a child and it's been about 6 months. During the 6-month period, I'm like, I don't know. Something come across me. I don't have no way to justify. I don't have a way to express my emotions, right? I need to get a test on the child, and I have to disengage from my own, for my own, emotions, right? So I disengage for about a month and a quarter, right, until the test come back, right? Test come back, child is mine. I'm like, yes, everything good. Do you think you would be fine with that, or you think you're gonna be hostile?
I'd probably feel some type of way, no doubt. I know I would.
Why?
Because it's like, if there was an issue with trust, wouldn't you have brought that up a while ago, even before the whole baby situation in the first place?
No, because I can't explain it. It's just a feeling. Just like women have emotions that they cannot explain, and men are just told women are emotional. This see the whole point of this conversation, right, is to show how much women don't give a damn about men emotions. Right? This is the whole point of this conversation. The whole point of setting this premise up is for that statement right there. You keep needing to have a pinpoint, a logical reason to why I have doubt. And all I'm saying is I'm emotional. And what y'all are saying is EQ is so important to y'all, man, with emotional intelligence, because y'all often have it, right? The one thing women globally know that men have issues with paternity. Y'all know that. It ain't no myth. It's known. And it's the one thing that y'all have the ability to understand without understanding that that's something important to all of us, and y'all push back like hell. Why do I have to give you a reason for my doubt? Why do I have to justify anything? I'm emotional, but I'm emotional. I want to know.
I mean, I'm not saying that you don't have a right to be per se. That you having your emotions and me accepting it doesn't mean that I'm not going to have my own emotions about it myself. You know what I'm saying?
How about Aaron? So that's
Exactly.
the thing. Like they can't separate it from you don't trust them. And point 5 is
I
saying,
can separate it.
hold on. Point 5 is saying that it's not about trust. It's about we have a right to know, and that's exactly right. At the same time, most women don't process it like that. Most women process it like, do you really think that I was out fucking somebody else?
I agree with that. I agree with that. So the point of this conversation, right? I need these women to say these things because I need to tie it so people can understand. When they say it's okay for men to have emotions, it's okay to express yourself, I'm here to prove it's pointless. It's pointless. Because when we do express our emotions, it's, well, I'm a woman, I don't respond to that. You know I'm a woman, we don't understand that. So suffer in silence, brother, because what's the point?
Wait a minute, but she said
that's not even what I said, though.
And
that's not even what I'm implying.
You might not
understand. Why you gotta put your feelings in it, though?
Auntie J, don't talk over Kylie Bab. She'll boot you off the panel.
Why you gotta put your feelings in it, Kelly?
The same way his feelings is in it. What? I'm gonna feel some type of way. Everybody got feelings, right? So because I accept his feelings, that means I can't have any.
Let me give you an
example.
Listen,
he had a feeling, so you won't have a feeling too.
Hold on, TJ. So here's the point, right? There are some things that men don't understand about women. It just is what it is, right? Men have testosterone, and men, they also have estrogen, right? The same thing for women is just men have more testosterone and women have more estrogen for the most part, right? They can argue whatever they want. There are emotional men that have the same testosterone levels as me. So they're not directly tied to estrogen and testosterone. It's not. There are way emotional men. Teddy bears, call them whatever you want, big as hell, Jack. It's all components, right? And what I'm saying to you is that men have historically been told they emotional, they women. Just accept it. And what I'm telling y'all is every point that I've made, it's you can feel like that, but I'm still going to have feelings towards it. So my point is that, well, since y'all going to care and feel how y'all feel anyway, why even express our emotions? Because all it's going to do is get combated with things like, well, I'm a woman, so I got, you understand what I'm trying to point out?
I mean, but me having emotions about how you feeling, why is that automatically a negative thing? Like, yeah, I'm gonna feel some type of way. Does that mean that I'm gonna break up with you? No. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gotta mean I gotta break up with you. It doesn't even mean that. It doesn't mean it has to be a big ass argument. I mean, a big old argument about anything.
Okay.
I'm gonna just feel some type of way.
I hear what you're saying, and the thing is, like when we our men is we think we great men, great husbands, great boyfriends, all these things. We think we great, right? And if you go through postpartum with us, I'm gonna feel a type of way. You with me, baby. You should never ever feel like that ever. Like, you know, and if you go through it, I get it, you know, whatever, but you with me. So therefore, I'm gonna feel some type of way because I'm a great man. I don't really think, you know, you should be going through. Not every woman can get postpartum. So why you get in, you with me? I don't understand, but you got it.
No, then I would explain to you that it's postpartum has to do with a chemical imbalance, your estrogen levels coming down and everything like that. It's not just a pure emotional. It's expressed that way. But I would have you research as to why, and I would tell you, hey, I can't even really control this shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's ain't even about you personally. This is just some bullshit that I'm going through, what my body adjusts. So I don't. Yeah, I mean, you can be mad because I'm tripping, but at the same time, with what?
So the thing is, how does your estrogen levels get that off?
When you pop the baby out, your hormones level back off before like pre-pregnancy.
So why do some women get it and some women don't?
Because women's bodies are different. Nobody,
Yeah.
no true pregnancies are the same like that.
I didn't never get it.
So
yeah, my mama got it, but I didn't get it. You know what I'm saying?
So here's the thing, right? You're tying the reason why you feel away. It's not even nothing I can control about it because it's scientific to an emotional chemical, right? But when I tie that for the men, right, it's innate in us, right? Which you can call that science, whatever you want to call it. For us to have issues with paternity, it's still combated.
That's because
it's not combated, just the same way that you would feel a certain type of way about how I'm expressing my postpartum. It's the same type of way that I'm feeling because you have questions of paternity.
But here's the thing: men don't feel a way about postpartum. We
at all.
understand that we just got that y'all got it.
No, y'all have y'all attitudes. Don't get it twisted. Just like you said, I don't understand it. You tripping. You know what I'm saying?
No,
yeah.
Because
we can't get no bruises.
Y'all be tripping without it. We just used to y'all tripping all the time.
Right. You trip without the shit.
Yeah, y'all be tripping with it without the postpartum. It's normal. You tripping. Get away.
I think
no, because postpartum is a whole. That's not even the same thing about just somebody just tripping. You just having a bad day type shit. That's not postpartum. Postpartum will make you wanna. Postpartum will make you wanna off your unalive your people.
Yeah,
that you just gave birth to.
Feel that way, but our irritation is the same.
Right, it's the same. That shit can't be minimized because we had the baby.
Who said anything about? Where did I say minimize?
No, wait a minute. We can't keep justifying because we are the incubators for the baby that they don't go through shit too.
Nobody said that, and neither did I. Well, I won't say nobody said that. I'll say I'm not saying
Aaron
that on this.
Said that men don't go through stuff.
You minimize it. You minimize why would you want to do that after 6 months? Why would he want to get attention because he want to know for sure is that his baby? I thought you was gonna be on the team and be like, yeah, you can get the damn test.
No, what I said was if there was, I gave a question and I said if there was questions about trust, why wasn't that brought up earlier? Like, why is it coming all of a sudden? How was that minimizing how he feels in any type of way? I just asked a question.
But wait a minute, why do you relate it with trust though? Because he wants to know the identity to make sure it's his baby.
What? You just said make sure though. Make sure means that there's an issue of trust. You realizing the words you're using?
It ain't got nothing to do with trust.
Auntie J, hold on. So honestly, you telling me you have a child and you never got a test on it, and you don't know for a fact that child is yours, right?
All right. Nah, probably not. You could say that. I never got a test on my daughter, so you could say you could say that.
Yeah.
I could say that. No, I'm telling you right now, you
can't. I mean, because I've been listening to you, and that's what you said. Like you said that you are like that. So I'm like, based off of talking to Aaron, I'm gonna say, you can say that.
Okay,
let's take a lot of men like that.
You just the man I've been looking for. Let's take it off of me, right? You know the difference between a fact and a non-fact, right?
Yeah.
Do you factually know if your child is biologically yours?
Factually, yeah. How don't I factually know when we both were virgins? So I'm supposed to not believe her at all when she tell me that she never slept with nobody?
Because you just use the term belief and fact in the same sentence.
What are you talking about? I'm telling you that's how I know, because you basing it off. Only way you can know is if you get a test. That's what you said.
That is the only way you can know.
That's the only way. That's the only way.
Take your time and think about what you about to say.
No, I'm not gonna argue with you. You know what I mean? If that's what you feel, that's what you feel. I
This ain't
believe
about feelings.
It ain't about no
This
feeling.
ain't about feelings. This is
that is what
legitimately
you
about.
feel. That is what you feel because there's a bunch of people that'll
No,
tell
it's
you,
what
"Yo, that's
you
my kid."
feel.
What you mean? Like,
He gonna be 30. He
yo,
gonna be
You know what it
30.
is?
yo,
I'm gonna tag you
chill.
in as you told me to show you the respect. I'm gonna need you to take. Go
And
ahead, take lead, brother.
what he's saying is this, right? You believe that it's your child, right? And you believe that your shorty was a virgin. But unless you with her 24 hours, 7 days a week, all day, every day, and you wherever she go, you really don't know. You believe. And it's cool, but you can't say it's fact. The fact is when you get it and it's on paper and you get it and it's 100%, well, really it's 99.9% that child is yours, then you know that child is yours. You see what I'm
And
saying?
that's a fact.
That's the fact. But you believe it and you believe it strongly and you believe in your girl, so that's cool, but it's not a fact. It's what you believe.
Right. It's what you feel.
Listen, I ain't gonna argue with y'all beliefs. I know this the manosphere, this the red pill manosphere, so I'm not gonna argue with y'all beliefs. So y'all believe what y'all want to believe.
We not talking about
We
belief.
we talking about what we,
Bro,
you talking about you believe.
yo, you Israel just said that he got a shorty where he didn't have because that was his wife. So are those factually your kids, Israel? Are
I
those
believe those
factually
two. Listen, I believe those two children when I was married are mine. Do I know 100%? No, I don't. Now the one before and the one after, I know
red pill?
100%. I know 100% because I got it on paper.
How is
I
that
know
red
100%
pill?
because I got
Yo,
tests
I
on
need to
both of them.
just join the red pill. Like I need to just
How
say
is
That's
things
not
that
that
red
men
red
like
pill
to
though.
pill?
hear.
That's not even
And
red pill,
what
Lee.
you mean? You just
Lee,
said,
that's not red
yo. So
pill.
you, all right.
That's
So if you and your wife got into an argument, and she was like, "Yo," and right now your wife was Aaron in a way, and she's like, "Yo, is it a fact that my kids are yours, or do you believe it?" You gonna ruin your damn marriage, bro. Stop
it's all
playing,
right. I
bro.
would tell her the truth. I'd be like, I
Don't
believe it.
let this red pill
That's
shit.
not
You gonna
gonna
say
ruin
it's a
no
fact.
marriage.
Nah,
Israel,
you
you gonna
can't.
say
How
it's a
could you say
fact
it's a
to
fact?
your wife. But when we hop on these panels and there's a bunch of men and we trying to, come together and be cool with each other, we gonna say some bullshit. But at the end of the day, if your wife had asked you the same thing, yo, is it a fact that my kids are yours? Or do you just believe that you don't have 100%? You gonna be like, it's a fact, them kids are mine. So
No,
let's
no,
talk
I
how we
wouldn't.
talk
You
to the
can't
women.
say it's a
Like,
I'm
fact
telling you.
unless
Wait,
let's
you
wait,
give
hold
it a
on, hold on,
stat,
hold on,
or
Uncle
is it
Jay.
two different
Okay,
truths?
Lee. So let me tell you
The
this,
truth we
right?
tell the men and the truth we tell the women.
Lee,
Is
that
it two
same
different truths?
Lee, check it out. Hold on. That same girl, right,
This is crazy.
is the mother. The same one I married is the mother of my first son. So I have 3 children by her. The first one I had before we got married. The 2 girls I had after we got married. I just told you I have a paternity test on my son. So that already tell you that if I wanted to and she asked me, yo, do you know these girls are yours? I'll be like, nah. I'll be like, I believe it. That should tell you that right there.
That's
My
all you
last
can
son,
do is believe it.
I got a paternity test on. Now,
Right.
yo, was that a problem for mad long? Yes, it was a problem because Shorty was mad loyal to me and Shorty was mad faithful to me. And she was like, yo, I'm telling you, you could get a paternity test. But her and her peoples gave me hell about it. But yo, did I do it anyway because I wanted to know for sure? Yeah, I did. And I stood on my shit, period.
And stand 10 toes, that's right. Stand 10 toes down on your choice.
Hey, Aaron, I got a question for you.
Go ahead, Dusto.
I'm just trying to put this picture together. So, man meets woman. He falls heavily in love. And he makes love to his woman before he marries her. Then out comes a monster with 2 teeth. Then he waits, not when the baby is born. He waits 2 years and he just all of a sudden, I got to get this baby tested. It might not be mine. Somehow something clicked that day when it's 2 years past, meaning it was about 3 years ago when Raw Dog Ronnie would have had to stick his meat in there. So how is it not a thing of trust?
I'll give you a total example why it's not a thing of trust for me, right? Give you a total example.
No, hold on, let me finish. How come? And the other point is this. Actually, go ahead. I forgot my other part of it.
I apologize that I cut you off in the middle of your thought process.
No, go ahead.
For me, simple process of paternity tests have nothing to do with trust because I'll give you an example. If let's just say, man, let's just say I'm sharing your wife, but you don't know I am, right? You smashing Monday through Saturday, but you work a double shift on Sunday. I come through on Sunday, I'm squirting the club up. I'm shooting it all up, right? You don't know that. You have no clue, right? I've been messing with her for about a year. You find out, oh, she was cheating with me.
That's trust,
right?
Right then. Once you find out, trust.
No. Wait. You find out she cheated with me for a year, right? You like, I need a test on the child because you saying this is a trust thing, right? Child come back is yours, right? So now, even though she was cheating with me, the child is still yours. Okay. It would make no goddamn difference of whether she was cheating with me or not. You would have to find out if that child was yours regardless.
Yeah, that's two different problems.
Because her cheating with me doesn't take away from the chance the child is still yours.
Okay. If there was no cheating and I didn't know anything, I wouldn't. Okay.
Exactly.
Hold on. Hear me out. The reason that I said I got to check this baby out was because trust has been violated. I found out somebody's been smashing my wife. Now trust is broken. Now I gotta go get a test.
No, that's your reason for doing it. That I understand. That's right. You think you need to do it because you think it's a trusting, right? I'm telling you, regardless if you trust her or didn't trust her, I could still be smashing, and the child is still yours.
But Aaron, look, even
cool. But I'm just talking about the reason for testing. And
let me ask you a question, Dust, because I actually did it. So it wasn't that I didn't trust my baby mama, right? It's that I had a right to be 100% sure, because like women flip-flop on some things, right? So it wasn't that I didn't trust her or I thought that she was sleeping with somebody else. And I kept explaining that to her. I never accused her of sleeping with nobody else. At the same time, I wanted to be 100% sure that that child was mine. I had a right to do that. And that's what I did. So and to answer out the mud, Cody's question, right? He must have just came in here because the two daughters I had, with the three children, two of the daughters that I had, they're with my ex-wife. So, and no, I don't tell those girls that I might not be their dad because I believe I am their dad. But can I say, 100% that I'm their dad? No, because that would be.
Let me bring it.
So not based off of how they look, not based off of their attitude. They don't have nothing that resembles you. That makes it like, man, it's got to be my kid.
Wait. Hold on, Auntie J. Let me answer this question. When you have multiple children, they all all your children are absolutely different. They look different. A lot of times they have some similarities, but their personalities will be totally, totally different. And they could be raised in the same house with the same mother and the same father. So that can't necessarily be the case. You know what I'm saying?
No. Okay. I want to get back to that.
Or the woman could already be pregnant.
Hold on, DJ.
And I got pushed back on another point too.
No, I'm gonna get right to you in 1 sec. See through you. If she asks why, I say because I said so. I'm not debating with you. And see, this is the problem. If you want to leave, I don't care. If that's a problem for you, I'm not giving you no explanation. I ain't got to give you no reason because I said so. Now, if y'all dealing with women y'all scared of, because if you get it, I'm leaving. Bye.
It's a trust issue.
I'm not justifying I don't have to justify no reason to you ever.
Right.
Aaron, that very point.
Everybody can say that, Aaron, but you haven't been in that position where you be able to move.
I absolutely have been in all those positions. What are you talking about?
Aaron, I'm gonna go to that.
Wait, you already have a kid? You have a kid?
No. Your question is different. The question was, why do you want a paternity? I don't have to justify a reason to anybody. So if any woman asks me, why do you want to get a test? Because I said so. Whether they pregnant or not pregnant yet, they go.
So you'll say it just like that? You'll say it just like that? You be like, because I said so. You won't try to acknowledge the fact that like she might feel away even though she a woman.
I don't care.
You don't care.
Hey, Aaron,
you in a relationship? Aaron, you in a relationship?
Yeah, my girl's listening right now.
And my husband right there listening.
Hey, Aaron, that very point that you and E-Man were arguing before I first came on, it was, why should she be offended if you go and ask her to have a paternity test? This is my opinion.
Again, Dusto, because Auntie J can't stop with the little sound effects.
Okay, this is my opinion. If I'm dating a woman, we're talking about planning kids, and we're gonna do all this here and some of that there, and then get married and all this stuff. It's gonna be in the conversation before it happens. All right, when the baby's born, we'll do a DNA test. Way before. It won't be just coming in one day. Let's go to the doctor and have a DNA test. Just like I wouldn't want to come home, been married 3 years, and there's 4 private investigators sitting in my living room. Hey, one of us is going to smell your balls and see if you've been cheating.
I don't care. Listen, I understand.
No, if you don't care, that's your right. You have a right to not care. I'm just talking about to a person. Some people don't like surprises. I wouldn't want to come home and it's people with cameras sitting in my living room.
I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not gonna be mad.
I would be upset.
Because she says why, and I'm gonna say because I said so.
Do you know how
she's allowed to say why if she won't, but the answer is gonna be because I said so. It ain't gonna be I don't need to justify a goddamn thing ever because I said so.
No, that's your right.
Dusto,
I'm just saying how it looks. That's from my eye. I can see why they would be upset. Go ahead, Israel.
Do you know how quick and discreet a DNA test is?
It's very quick. It's very discreet. That's not the point.
To the park, get the test, and then come back. Why tell it?
So you send it off, and they give you the results. So it's not like no whole major episode like they're taking blood or they're putting them under surgery or something.
We know that.
You just swat in the baby mouth. And
you don't have any kids. I don't know.
See, that's what I'm saying.
We know.
Hold on, wait, Dusto, you ever hurt your girl's feelings?
Yes. Come on,
you feel bad about it?
Sometimes, yes. Most of the time, no.
So this is one of those things.
Hold on. If it's intentional and I just did something I wasn't supposed to do, yes, I feel bad.
Okay.
If it wasn't intentional, I try to make it right. But if it was necessary, then it just is what it is.
All right. So if something you believe in, it don't matter if it's your goddamn mom. It's what you believe in. I don't give a damn if my mom said, well, honey, I said so. I don't like this ain't negotiable.
Hold up, Aaron. Let me ask you. Aaron, let me say something. Hold up.
I'm just saying, why not do it in the beginning? Why wait 3 years?
I don't have to justify whenever I want to do it. That's the point. Month 3. I don't have to justify.
Right. Hold up. Let me just say something real quick. Yo, Aaron, I want you to understand. I would never change like how I felt. I'm not telling you to be like, get her to convince you not to do it. I'm just saying that, of course, there's going to be some pushback, and can we acknowledge that there's going to be some pushback? And, if that's how you going to approach the pushback, hold up. If that's how you going to approach a little bit of pushback, it might not be crazy pushback, but it might be something like, man, why, or whatever. Or she might just do it. If she do it, then that's cool. But I'm saying, at the end of the day.
So wait. You can't tell your girl because I said so, and she goes.
I can tell my girl whatever the fuck I want. What you talking? That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not saying. No, I didn't just say I don't. I'm saying that at the end of the day, I still listen. I hear her out, and then I still say, yo, this is why it's gonna go this way. I'm not just gonna be like, I don't care what you feel. Because women are more emotional. They might think of it a different way. And then I'm just saying I will hear her out. People take everything to the.
He's saying he doesn't care.
I get your point. Shout out to
Aaron says he don't care.
I still won't care. I still won't let somebody persuade how I think and change my mind. I feel like this my domain. The world is my domain, and I'm able to conquer whatever I want. But I'm not about to. I'm gonna take people's feelings and listen to people.
Okay. I
get right. Israel, can I ask Israel something?
I'm making is
when you saw that test, right, with your name on it, right, and it told you beyond 99.99999 that something, then that make you feel away.
Yeah, it made me feel. It made me feel good. It made me feel good. Like
excellent.
And really,
for sure.
The truth is,
and you don't have to wonder.
I didn't really doubt it. At the same time, it's
I know you did,
that paper in your hand and it say 99.99999%.
Right.
It's a whole different feeling.
It's a whole different feeling.
My thing is she's allowed to feel however the hell she goddamn feel. I'm not concerned with that. See,
you're not gonna let her sway your opinion. I understand that. I'm just saying, like, you get what I'm saying though. Like,
just hear some.
You
You
Like,
never
just
know
to
what.
hear-
Okay. I
God
got
damn
you.
it.
Lee, Aaron
Lee,
gets
I
it.
got
He
you. I
said
got
he
you.
doesn't
I
care.
should be talking while I'm
Let
talking.
me give you the example. I hear you. Let me give you the example. I'm about to get my kids tested. Oh, okay, sure. Of course we're going to do that. If that's not her goddamn response, if that's not the response, and her response is why, it's going to be because I said so. If her response ain't the alternative, of course, if that's what you want to do.
But you don't need her permission to
If
test
that's
your
not the
own
response I
children.
get, then the next answer going to be because why? Because I said so. Since you ain't going to respond the way that I'm expecting you to respond, like, oh, absolutely. If you need a test, we got you. If that's not the
Right.
response you got because you care about me, then my response going to be to you because I said so. And then you can sit there and soak, go cry in the room, whatever you want to do, leave. Either way, I don't care. But if the
Lee,
response ain't, you
Lee, he's
dig what
not
I'm
coming
saying?
off the square. We think different. I wouldn't
But
do it.
Aaron, why
But
would
that's
you
what
have
Aaron said
to
he's
ask
gonna
her?
do.
No,
You don't have to
I
ask
you
wouldn't
her.
wouldn't do it. Wait, Dusto.
Well, let me-
Hold on, wait. Dusto, are you gonna get your kids tested anyway, or it don't even matter to you because you're probably not gonna do it anyway?
Probably not.
No,
But
exactly.
you're not
Like
gonna
you-
ask
If
her.
I do, no, hold on. If I did do it, I'm gonna do it way up front. We're gonna talk about it in the beginning. Let's
yeah,
get
because if you decide that you change your mind, whatever conversation happened later, as a man, you're not allowed to change your mind. Oh, 6 months later, I know we've been together for a year, but it just come across me. I want to test. Oh no, I should have brought that to you 6 months before we even got together.
Actually,
And that no,
I
look,
can't
listen. If that's how
I
you
can't say no
feel,
to that
and that's how you
because I
want
would
to act,
do it.
that's cool. But I'm not worried about I can't change my feelings or change my thoughts. I changed my mind. Point blank, period. I ain't justifying nothing. I don't know why you just can't be a man and be like, if I change my mind, I'm getting it. And if I don't, then I don't. But either or, you got to stand on something. Do you have the right to change your mind?
I wanted to get a test to make sure I'm the mother.
Negotiate? Do you have to negotiate before you even had a kid? Oh, like if we do have a kid, I got to get a test. Or if you change your mind a year later, I don't understand why you can't change your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hold up, slow right there.
At the end
Change
of the
your
day,
mind. So wait. Change your mind is a very important word that you're using. What made you change your mind?
Cause he just okay. I'm gonna try to explain this the best way I
Give
can.
me a real reason. Don't just say because he wanted to.
No,
Man.
here's the thing. Why do you have to have a reason? That's all I want to know. Why do you
I
have to have a reason? The whole point of this
Why did you-
conversation. The whole point of this conversation is why do I have to have a reason? Why can't I just I felt like it? Why
I
do I
can't
have
say
to
that
have
that's
a
not
reason?
possible either.
See, and y'all say it's not possible, right?
No,
So
I said I can't. I said I can't say that it's not possible.
Oh, okay, I got you. I see what you said.
I actually can't say 100% that that's not possible. 3 years
You
later,
know what my mother told me one time, Lee? I said, I know my dad mine. My mother told me, you only know what I told you. How about
Listen,
that?
I'm not even gonna respond to that because
Yeah.
I am way too blunt to respond back to that. Aaron,
I missed it.
I wasn't
I'm way too blunt to respond back to that.
Gonna be feelings like this, Aaron.
And I ain't trying to hurt nobody's feelings, okay? So I ain't gonna respond back to that. All I'm saying is, what is the reason that these men will change their mind? One point, you in it 10 years, you in it this year. Like, what's making you change your mind? Like, are we really being honest to men, or are we not? Are we really? Because at the end of the day, did her doing something that made infidelity creep into your head? Is that the reason why you changing your mind? So these are the questions that's going to get asked. Just like I'm asking, like,
No,
wait.
No, I get it.
First, you changed your mind. What is she going to ask you? What made you change your mind? You can't just go, because I said so. And that's where
he ain't got to
I say that soft hammer works, man. Just being able to listen,
That's
hear each other out.
they change their mind. No, they
Ain't
change
no
their mind.
It's still the hammer.
No, wait, stop. Everybody stop. This
It's
ain't a
still the hammer,
negotiation. I'm not negotiating nothing with you. This was going
You
to
don't
happen.
negotiate with terrorists?
Either you on board or you overboard. I don't care which role you want to take, but this was going to happen. This is not a negotiation.
All right, so you'll just leave your shorty just because
she out of there. If any way that she thinks she gonna stop the test from happening or getting away with this and that, she out of there. Gone.
So how does asking a question stop you from taking the test?
I like this. I like that. Aaron's big Aaron out here. I mean, yo.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that I don't have the same.
How does asking you a question stop you from doing?
No. This is a different statement. I've just said she can ask whatever goddamn question she wants.
Right, but no, you were saying something about if it's anything about stopping me from taking the test or anything like that. How is asking you what changed stopping you from taking the test?
No. So what
And how is that trying to convince you from stopping to take the test?
Let me give you the context real quick. He said it's better to have soft skills involved, like there's a soft way to do things. And I was explaining to him, I'm not negotiating. I don't need nothing soft. This ain't a negotiation.
Never said negotiate.
Bro,
never said negotiate. Soft hammer, soft wait. Let's get the slang right. Soft hammer means that you still gonna your law still gonna come through clean, bro. You still gonna get your point across. You just not gonna be like, because I said so, and get it to leave the house. You wanna have a dialogue about how you feel, just like we doing right now.
What are you soft skills about? Can't get you through this one.
You're supposed to run.
They gonna get offended.
What you talking about, man?
Yo, what are y'all? Are y'all really gonna let the women talk y'all out of the idea? No. Then what the hell is wrong with listening to?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
That's not what I said.
I'm saying.
Let me clarify again, okay?
You're not a man, ITJ. You don't know what you're talking about.
Listen, I'm not mad at any man. Hold on. If your woman is more important than what you stand on in your principles, then acquiesce, negotiate, do whatever you got to do. I'm not a negotiator. I'm not one of those people negotiating things. I don't negotiate. If I say this is law, that's law. Ain't no negotiating. Ain't no, well, can't you compromise? No, there's no compromise in these fields. Fields 1 through 5, no compromise. Now, 7 through 10, do whatever the hell you want, because I don't even care about that. That's the whole point that I'm telling you. I don't compromise. Other people do, because you don't want your woman to leave you. Respect, homie. You like, I got 2 kids. I want to be in the house.
Real man speaking right there. That's real man.
Right. So again, back to my question.
Now your question is different, Daly Beb. Your question is different. It's not.
Yeah, like how was asking what happened or what changed stopping you from taking the test where you would have
which is a part of my question.
Daly Beb, I'll give you an example. You come to me, you say, "Oh, I'm pregnant," and I say, "Well, why are you pregnant?"
Wait, Aaron, when you get a chance, highlight Big Bad Bull's comment too.
Hey, I don't got him from Big Bad.
Yo, Aaron, you be thinking you slick, but you can't just be like, "But why are you pregnant?" She gonna be like, "Because you know why." That's why. She gonna say, "Because you know why." Aaron.
Look, you're right. She gonna say, "Because you know why," right? And then I'm gonna say, "Well, you don't even need a kid."
Well, you can say that. That's honesty.
But listen, how she gonna feel if I tell her she don't need a kid?
If that's how you feel, then that's how you feel.
Okay,
if you felt
I get it. But how she gonna feel about my statement that you don't need a kid?
She might feel away. She might feel away. Right. So where we at now? We still having that conversation eventually if we want to stay together.
So
I'm surrendering. I'm gonna hand a test at birth after hearing this conversation.
You may leave whenever the hell you feel like it.
Whenever
you ain't
of course, nobody's being shackled to the crib.
Exactly.
Like nobody's shackled. Like Shorty always knows she can leave. It's always an exit route, but she stays because she feel like she could get. She feel like she's able to speak in a world where women are not able to speak as much, bro. You see what I'm saying? When it comes to women and men,
we're not
what
doing
you
that.
usually see?
No, there ain't a woman alive that can't speak. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Look, listen. All right, go ahead, Aaron. What you mean it's not a woman that love that don't feel she can't speak? What you mean?
They all can speak, bro. They all can speak.
Once they get in these houses, bro. Once they get in these houses with these dudes, they can be, that silence could.
Women don't
that
respect
shit can reoccur.
that shit, fam.
All right, let me get the Big Bad Bull. Hold on. Let me get the Big Bad Bull comment. Hold on, guys. Let me get to his comment. He says, my son's ex-girl went to put him on child support, even though we was both keeping the child 50-50 at a time. And I think it's in Maryland, right? Paternity test was mandatory. Came back, the child wasn't even his. All men should be tested. Now, here's the thing. I'm even removing it from these particular type of statements. I'm telling you, men have a right whenever for whatever. Just like a woman can be laying down and she says no, and the law says once she say no, immediately she ain't got to explain why. She ain't got to have no. I feel like you don't deserve it. None of that matters. It's law. She said no. Same thing with a man having a right to say I'm getting my kid tested, and if her response isn't, well, absolutely, let's do it. And her response is, well, why do you need to do that? I'm going to respond with, because I said so. That's the point. Now, if she responds differently with a different question, she might get a different response. But it's all pertaining how she decides to proceed. That's the point.
So you having a dialogue then? Okay, so that's all I'm saying. I thought you was making it seem like you wasn't gonna have a dialogue at all.
There is no dialogue. Okay, it depends on the question. That's the whole point.
Empress.
Hey, girl.
Okay, I hear you. Yeah.
The truth. My daughter, everybody said we went to go get some picture frames for my daughter and my husband's children. Everybody looked at my daughter and told my husband, if he tried to deny her, the judge would throw the book at him.
Trust me, OMA, this message, this ain't.
That's not his child, though. My husband is not my daughter's father. See that? Because one person can look like more than one person.
Nah, yo, I'm not saying that you should. Yo, if you want to do some shit, do it. Like I wouldn't. Like if you just gonna do it, just do it. Like yo, I did it. And just tell her. I would. That's the type of time I'll be on. Okay, I just do it and then be like, yo, I did this and this happened.
Right? I don't have a justifying reason. Like I don't have. Oh, I think you cheated with somebody, or oh, I think this. I don't have a justifying reason. I'm not gonna give you one either.
You said,
so the answer is
I said so.
Because I said so. I'm not justifying nothing.
Right, and I guess John the Baptist just kind of like he just kind of made my point. Like I'm just gonna do some shit. Like if I feel away, I'll just do the test. I'm not gonna go back and be like, yo, I'm about to go do this. I need this test.
Saying that, Lee, he's saying he gonna do what he want to do, but if she asks him, he's gonna be like, because I want to. He's not gonna go and ask her for permission to do it. He's just gonna do it. That's what he's
going. Right. So it's more of a notification.
No, he's not notifying nobody. He's saying if she have a problem with it and ask him, well, why you want to get a paternity test? He gonna be like, because I said so.
And if she want to go, she can go.
Like, let's go. Let's go.
Aaron, he's gonna say that too. If she want to go, she can go.
But yeah, you don't even have to go. She don't have to go nowhere.
And the truth
Auntie J crazy.
No, we gonna go get something.
I'm scared for men. I'm scared for men.
I know, man.
I'm scared for these men out here.
You know why I'm scared? It's so many men walking around with their chest out, think I'm the man. And looking at children, not knowing if they actually they children, and then get mad at me for somebody that's gonna know every single child is his.
Damn right.
Point blank. Period.
I commend
one. Any child born from I'm gonna know.
Damn right.
When you say those your kids, I'm like, yep, absolutely. And I'm gonna feel better knowing that I'm speaking facts instead of speaking hypothetically, of course.
Yeah, I've had a change.
I give you that.
I'm gonna test that, Bert. I'm gonna have a conversation.
It's not. It don't feel like
no. You don't have a conversation. You if you get a woman, bro, just let her run things, bro. I don't want to ruin your relationship, bro.
Oh, of course not.
This ain't for every man. Every man
you can't
ain't got the ability to be like, because I said so, and she just gonna stand down. You gonna I'm packing my bags.
What are y'all talking about?
But to say you ruining a relationship, you don't ruin relationships. If a girl want to go, you let her leave. So you know, like it ain't never a reason.
Wait, stop right here. This is the point. See, this is the point. Aaron, just have the conversation in the head before you go. I don't care if we did not have the conversation. I'm not negotiating. This ain't a negotiation. I don't know what world y'all live in. Okay.
Yo, Aaron, you sleeping on the couch tonight, dog.
I had a change of heart, but I still have the conversation.
No, he's not.
Yo, Israel, you gonna sleep on the couch too? Y'all
got my own crib. I'm sleeping in my bed.
Yo, y'all ain't getting no box tonight.
You crazy as hell. That's you. That's not me. She might give me extra boxes. Talking like that.
There's no reason to be this aggressive, bro.
I like to meet somebody who's started.
Hold on, Lee.
You know what we doing?
I've never been. Hold on, DJ. I've never been able to be controlled by a vagina. Never going to be controlled.
Me neither, fam. Me neither.
Hey, look, if she says you can't get none of, oh well.
That's what I'm saying, though. Nobody say you're gonna cry. You just gonna sit on that couch.
I'm not gonna sit on the couch and do nothing.
Nobody said you're gonna cry. Nobody said that you're gonna be like, please give it to me, but you not gonna get it. If she ain't giving it to you, man, what y'all talking about? Y'all trying to act like y'all trying to act like y'all don't be getting big spoon and little spoon sometimes. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all all be spooning. Y'all all be you don't cuddle. You don't cuddle with your girl.
Don't project on me.
Yo, Aaron, you don't cuddle with your girl. Y'all don't cuddle with y'all shorty.
Nothing. I ain't hitting. No. If we
No
spooning, we
cuddle.
fucking.
That's
Period.
so
Yo,
wild.
hey, yo, no cuddle.
No cuddle. B.
Nah,
I'm not
That's
team
wild.
come. No.
I like to have
cuddle.
Cali
Bev. Cali Bev. You and your man, they don't cuddle. Y'all two don't cuddle. He's super tough. No cuddle.
Nah, we not like touchy feely like that.
Cuddle.
If a woman tries to get me to sleep on the couch, I'm breaking up.
Now,
I like
don't cuddle.
I'm not a cuddler myself.
So when y'all Netflix and chill, what do y'all do? Y'all just sit on the couch? Like y'all don't touch each other? I don't get.
Yeah, but you ain't
Sit on the couch and we smoke a blunt, watch TV. That's what we do.
Bro, I don't even
and you don't cuddle with him. You don't sometimes get up under his arms. That's what you're saying?
You can only lay on his arm.
Nah, because the ashtray right here, so I can't like sit next to him and cuddle that because the ashtray sitting in the middle of the couch.
You don't want to knock that over.
So,
okay.
Wait.
Nah, they're talking about how
let me make an announcement
cuddle, and I was like,
right?
nah, we not like cuddle type people.
Let me make an announcement to the men. For the men, let me teach y'all something, right? It's okay to hurt your girl's feelings and let her go sit in the room and cry. It's good for her. It's good for her to know that sometimes you're going to hurt her feelings and she just got to deal with it. Just like you got to deal with the BS that she comes with her and it annoys the hell out you and you just got to deal with it. It's all right to hurt her little feelings and just let her go pout in the room. Go pout in the room. Go sit there and sulk. It's okay. It's okay. You can still just go ahead and be a man, okay? Don't stand down. Oh, you okay? I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Go cry in the room. They need to know that they can't just cry their way out of situations,
right? And manipulate you by
crying in the room.
Aaron, who said they would get out of the situation?
What you mean?
We're saying there's different ways to have a conversation. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't agree.
No. Give me the different ways to have a conversation. If she says, I don't want you to get a test, give me that scenario.
I don't want you to get a what?
No, let's just say you say I'm about to get my kids test, and she's like, no, you're not. Give me that scenario then.
Oh, no, you're not. It's probably not going to work for me.
Oh,
that's probably not.
So what response from her is a response that you think? Go ahead, that's a good response. What's the response you're expecting her to say when you do it?
But then again, backtracking, I would have had a conversation in the beginning. I wouldn't wait and just pop up and say, hey, we're going to do this. Or if I would do it, why have a conversation?
Okay, so
listen, up there and don't have a conversation.
You tell your girl, look, I'm a cheat.
But if I had to have a conversation,
I'm gonna cheat on you in 9 months. I don't know. I'm telling you up front. In 9 months, I'm gonna do something that you don't know you're gonna do. But just tell her up front that in 9 months I'm gonna do it.
Huh?
Ain't no huh. You saying that you're gonna predetermine these things, right? You're gonna predetermine.
No cuddle, Israel. No cuddle.
I don't give.
Hey, yo, Lee, hold on.
No,
Lee.
I'm talking about.
So I'm telling you,
I can't believe you ain't cuddling.
Go ahead, let him talk. Wait, yo, Lee.
I'm listening to what you're saying.
Go ahead,
I'm saying I had it. No, I'm saying
I just can't believe it, man.
At the end of the conversation,
I thought you were.
Why not have a DNA test and had a conversation up front before the children are even born? Then ain't none of this. And what is it, $200 or something? Just knock it out. There is no conversation. Versus having a conversation 5 years later.
Why can't you? Okay, why can't you have a test 8 months later? Why not?
You can.
Okay.
Why not do it in the beginning?
All right,
why do you have to justify Why do you have to go ahead? Is they killing?
No, just like a prenup conversation.
Going in circles.
If you know you want to have a prenup with a girl, tell her early. Don't wait 3 days before the wedding and say, "Ha, sign this."
Dust, come on, man.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, Lee. Wait, hold on, Auntie J. Lee, I hope you joking, man, because you do realize that by you pandering to women and you catering to women, that's not gonna keep you in the game, right? You realize that, right? Wait, hold on, Auntie J. You realize that, right?
Me of pandering?
Hold on, Dust.
Wait, hold
on. By you kissing women's ass, that's not gonna keep you in the game. That's gonna have the reverse effect. They don't like niggas like that.
At all.
Right. Okay, so women don't like men who will hold them while they watch something?
No, nigga.
No.
No. if you do
Yo, it's work for
everything,
me. I don't know
listen,
what's up with
Lee,
you.
let me school you. Wait, if you do everything your girl asks you to do or tell you to do,
Wait, whoa.
you in
You just
trouble.
now, well, you
I'm
just now
lost.
said that I do everything that my. That's not what I just said. I
No,
didn't say I
I'm
do everything
saying,
my girl wants to do.
I'm saying, if you do, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't do that
So what
though.
I'm
What you
saying
talking
is,
about?
listen, if you like to cuddle, that's cool, right? But I'm not the cuddling kid. Like I don't do that. I call
I
it,
don't
you
like
trying to
to.
listen,
It
wait, hold
happens.
on.
It happens though.
I tell
You
women,
Sometimes
like to do it, Lee.
wait,
Just
hold
say
on.
you like to do it,
I
bro.
tell
Don't
women
do
that
it
that.
they trying to.
happens sometimes,
Hey, yo,
bro.
Lee.
That's what
I
my
tell
husband
women,
told
hold
me.
on, Auntie J. I tell women, yo, you trying to cuddle till you come? Like I'm not that dude. You ain't gonna cuddle till you come on me. Like I'm gonna make you come, but we ain't gonna get. I'm gonna get mine too. We both getting ours. I'm not cuddling. Nah, I'm not no cuddle buddy. That's not me.
Wait, but you put in the
I'm not
cuddle
that
in
dude.
Well, hold up. You put in the cuddle in uncomfortable positions right now. The cuddle happens in unique situations. Like for example, y'all
Okay.
cold. Well, hold up, hold it down. Y'all cold, right? And let's bring this body heat together. Y'all bugging. I don't get it. Why y'all
Lee,
acting like
Lee.
Look, my husband
Hold on.
said all that
Y'all
cuddling
know,
shit is
right?
when the
Cuddling. Hold on,
relationship
hold
is
on.
still new.
Hold on,
That's
hold
what
on.
he
No
said.
doubt.
He be like all
Nobody
that.
telling.
No
Yeah, we
doubt.
don't hold
Hold
hands
on.
in the
We're
mall
not
Not
jumping
and all that
into
holding
shit.
hands in
we
the
not
I
jumping
don't
mall.
do that
into it,
either.
right?
I don't
So
hold
so
hands. I don't do none of that
so
shit.
Lee.
I
But
don't
no,
know.
that's for new couples. We
Lee,
16 years in at this
let me
point.
have you
Nah.
let me
I even
so
do it
Lee,
as a new
hold
couple.
on today. Lee, I want you to do a role play with Empress Carmen, right? You want to get a test for your kid. How would you present that to her?
You
Y'all
talking to
asking the
Empress
wrong
right
person.
If I want to get a test for my kid, okay, so how would I present that? I'm like,
here.
yo,
Empress.
so
How would you want
I just swapped our
Y'all gotta
kid,
ask
took
the
this
wrong
test,
person.
and it came back this or that. That's how it would be with me. Because I just do things. I don't ask. I don't tell nobody shit. I just probably will come to her with the results. Like, yo, so look, the kid is really out. Look. That's
I ain't
what I would do.
gonna
That
No
make you
bullshit.
right.
feel away. Get that test,
And then if
baby.
she
That's
feel
gonna
away,
make me
just like
feel
you,
away.
Aaron,
Like
if she feel
Yes,
I'm
away,
like,
just like you, I'd be like, yo, I already did it. Like I did it. What you like? If
right.
she want to walk away, she could dip. That's what I'm saying. Y'all act like just because I'm saying specific things that it means that I'm all the way down this whole path of fully being like some submissive ass dude. Nah, bro. I'm just saying.
See, that's
Fuck
why
with
I
y'all
like
though, bro.
my
This shit is
husband.
hilarious.
So wait.
Because he
So
says
you
the
just said
same thing.
you gonna go and do it, right? So let me ask you a question. Do you go and do everything, or have you told your girl you about to do something before you've done it before?
I just
yeah,
do
that's
shit.
what's gonna
No
make me
bullshit.
feel some type of
So
I
way.
she
really
don't
just do
never know
shit.
when you doing stuff. She like, damn, that's sporadic to me. Like you a sporadic person to her.
Well, like I speak of it, like, yo, damn, yo, this look like a move, and then I just do it.
Yeah,
I
so that's
ask.
what I'm saying. There you go, right there. Yeah, I'm about to get my kids tested. You ain't there to be like, come with me to do it. And
You
this,
just
no, you about to get my
spontaneous.
kids tested.
Nah,
You
I'm
ain't
just
think I
gonna just
wanted to
do
go
it,
on a
bro.
car
Like real
ride?
talk.
I wanted
Like
to get on the
I've done it
car.
before. And then it came back like another shorty tried to like put a baby on me. I just went and did that shit, and it wasn't. And then I bounced. So that's how I know I do it. You feel me? Like
No,
I'm
I
not.
get that, right? But so the way you talking now don't sound like a soft hammer is around. Like you talking like I
No, the
move.
soft
No,
hammer is
that's
listening,
obvious.
Aaron. Just let her speak. I don't give a fuck what she say. That's what I'm telling you. I don't give a fuck what she says when she speaks, but I'm gonna let her speak. I ain't just like, yo,
All right, so
shut up,
That's
I'm
even
doing it.
worse.
That's
Lee,
what
I
it
Oh,
get
sounds
it.
like you would
No,
do.
no. If you
Let me
say
let me
to
let me
Lee,
give
me,
that's
you.
even
I get
worse.
it. Lee, let me give you an example. I don't care
That's a
It
nothing
ain't
you
compliment.
worse
talking
than
about
listening
right
to
now.
somebody
I'm
speak,
not
man.
listening
Y'all
to you.
niggas. I
No,
listen
see,
to
listen.
that's
anybody
why
speak.
I like
Lee, check this
my
out.
husband.
Check this out.
I
I'm not
love that
about to
man.
listen to everything. Let me give you an example. Whatever you talking about right now, I'm not listening. Get away from me.
Right? Okay, that's what you would do.
I'm not listening to everything a woman say just because they tell you, just listen. I'm not listening to everything you say, you blabbing your mouth.
Not wait,
I'm not
see
listening.
now. There you go. I ain't say everything. You gave me
No,
one scenario,
I was
and I
talking about a
spoke on that one
specific
scenario.
thing.
Now you saying everything a woman say. I'm gonna listen. I'm not listening to everything a woman say. I'm talking. You would talk about that specific scenario, bro. And that specific
You
scenario,
cuddle.
if she feel like she want to say something, let her say something.
Wait a
That's
minute,
it.
your woman
She
you
got
coming to
mad
know,
at
you
me.
and
I
say,
wasn't running her
you
mouth.
said we
I'm just not
cuddle.
about to pay
I
attention.
don't know. If you
Do my
come to me
woman
saying
ask
you're
me to
gonna
cuddle?
go,
Hold on, Lee. Hold on, Lee.
Nah,
Carmen
we
wants
just
to
kind of
explain.
end up
Hold on,
in
Lee.
each other's
Carmen
arms. See,
wants to
when you don't got a
explain.
lot of body fat on you, you know, you
It
get
ain't
anemic
got nothing to
sometimes.
do with
So
that.
you know
All
when
right,
you
we
when
not
you
on the
not
fat
heavy
right now. We're
set,
not on the fat lead right now. I
all
get you.
right, you know what
I
I
hear
mean?
you. We're not
Like,
on
come
that part
on,
just yet.
man.
Let us
Different bodies out here.
let us get this part
I be
first, and
getting
we'll get
cold.
back to the fat stuff. All right. So Carmen, go ahead and explain why you feel betrayed because they testing your or questioning your loyalty.
If you ask me, let's go get a DNA test, I'm going to say, let's go and let me pick where we're going to go eat for my makeup dinner. I don't care. I'm going to feel some type of way. Don't get
Okay.
me
All
wrong.
right.
But
Okay, I got you. You're gonna feel some type of way, right? Have you ever accused a man of cheating?
yes,
And did you
I
take
have.
him to a makeup dinner?
Makeup dinner? No.
Oh, well, you get a
I
makeup
just
dinner.
had a
See,
baby. Hold on.
Yo,
and
this
you know,
is
listen,
this
no,
is
hold
really
on.
I just
my
had a
This is
baby.
this
why.
in a
You
back
know,
This is
sat
alley.
here.
why
I
I
didn't
have.
even hold on. I just got
This
in
is
the
why. Hold on,
car.
guys.
I
Yeah, that's
had
This
good.
is
left. I
why.
got dressed. We're going to dinner. I will pay.
I know.
We're
Listen,
getting food.
whatever simp you rocking with, I'm throwing you off
What
the
the
boat.
hell?
You getting threw off the boat
No.
immediately.
No.
See,
We
that's the
going.
problem.
We
No,
getting some
y'all got
dinner
one
too.
way energy, right? Y'all think y'all go through a man's phone, find out he ain't did nothing wrong, and he don't get no sloppy toppy when you find out the truth. Oh
Yes,
yeah,
they do. What do you think?
no,
If you find out your nigga was, if you was
What
wrong
you
about
do
him
is you
cheating,
go through
you
the
know you
phone.
got months of making that up. You
Oh,
gotta be like, I'm sorry, man. You
no.
gotta make
You
Can
a
we
go
whole
through
back
the
up to
trip.
phone.
why are we
You
going
gotta
through
do
phones?
extra
Can
backup.
we
Like
back up
you know
there?
you lying.
I don't know
You
what
know
they're
they be
talking
going
about
through
now.
phones, Collie Beb. You
Why are we
know,
going
You
through
lying.
phones?
Collie Beb. You
Like
know,
you are
girls go through
lying.
people's
What up,
phones.
my G Poppy?
No,
I
I'm
thought
What
gonna
up?
somebody
leave it
had
in
just
the
You
did
might
that.
not
man.
do it, but you know
What
they
Yeah.
up,
do.
Poppy?
Like,
My
but
nephew.
no.
Yeah,
Hey,
you
baby.
go
You
looking for
can't
something, you gonna
accuse
find
the
it.
man of
That's
cheating, and then when you
that's
find
possible.
out
I'm
you
just
Who's
got eggs
saying.
there?
on your face, you can't be like,
I
oh,
asked my
I'm
well,
just
husband.
saying,
no,
nah,
like
This is crazy.
nah.
no, you
This is
gotta
Yeah,
pay
crazy.
for that.
why are we going through phones? If you don't trust the
Hell
person, you
no.
don't trust the
Y'all gonna
person.
I
Why
let
are
her
we
ain't
going through
speak.
trust.
Y'all
phones?
gonna rub her
I,
back.
and
Aaron
we
knows
Sound
don't
you
like a
gonna
trust.
make
toxic
sure he
ass
speak.
Okay,
relationship.
hold on, wait.
He
Chill,
said we can
everybody,
fuck.
calm down. Everybody, calm down.
So
Calm down. Wait. Chill.
He
Don't.
said
Chill
we
for a
can
second.
prove
Hold on, TJ. Hold on.
I ain't telling.
Auntie J, hold on 1 second. Collie Bev, let me ask you something.
Real men don't cut it.
No. Let me ask you something, Collie Bev.
You see what
What?
that say right there, Lee?
Bruh.
Real men don't cuddle.
No, we fucking get off.
So Collie Bev, let me ask you a question.
I rub feet, all that. I don't
What?
care what you
Tell me what requires trust.
You being feeling like you're open with me and you can you know, tell me, you know what I'm saying, like say you want to go hang out with your boys or something like that, right? Like if you're not acting like different towards me, or you're not like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like if you know when something's different in the relationship or whatever like that, right? That's
No,
when.
but see, the problem is a lot of women talk about trust, right? And I'm really good at these conversations. A lot of women talk about trust. When I ask for examples of what requires trust, they often have difficulties giving examples of what requires trust, right? And so what I do is this. I don't require you to trust me at all. You don't have to trust me. Forget trust. Don't need it. Whatever you think that you need to trust me for, it's not a requirement. I'm not even too big on trust, right? Because what do I need to have trust for? What do I need to trust somebody with that is as important as the paternity of a child? That is the equivalent to knowing if a child is yours. When women say you need to trust me, right? It's a one-sided view, right? Because there's nothing more important for a man specifically than to know the paternity of his child. So what do I need to trust you with? Where you like, I just have to trust you. What do you have to just trust me with that is just as paramount to the paternity of my child?
Well, no, when I'm talking about trust in a relationship, I'm not linking the two. I
get it. So
yeah.
I'll remove it from that. What do you have to trust me with is the question.
But my health, number one, my health, because if you're going around and you know, you got community penis and you bring it back home to me, I'm trusting you with my innards.
I mean, yes and no. So I don't know if that's trust though, right? For instance,
I gotta
right?
trust you not having a baby out there on me.
No. See, I don't necessarily know if that's trust, right? I think that what you're saying is that you're hoping that he don't bring back nothing, right? But I don't think you really like, I trust that he's not going to bring nothing back. You hoping that he don't.
I mean, I operate from the point of I trust you until you give me a reason not to.
Me too.
Sit down.
So I come at it from the other side. Instead of saying you got to give me a reason to trust you, I'm coming from the opposite end that you are. You give me a reason not to. But other than that, I trust you.
I get that part, but when you say you trust me, all right, let's just say, okay, I kind of will understand the part that I'm trusting you not to bring me back no diseases, right? Maybe I think that's the historic thing that we tie to trust. Hey, I hope you don't bring me nothing back. I gotta trust you, right? Bruiser, what up, bro? I'm just trying to understand. Let's just exclude that. Exclude the sexual part.
I don't get the trust thing. Where that come in?
I'm trying to figure it out. So exclude the sexual part of it, right? What else requires trust for you to trust me? What else requires it?
That ain't gonna be funny, but if you tell me you're gonna be giving me something, I need to trust that you're gonna give me that, regardless of what it is. So say like you say, I'm gonna give you. I don't know. Like,
go ahead.
That's the first thing I could think of. So say like I'm gonna give you this money for this. I'm gonna trust that you're really gonna do that because that's what you said you was gonna do for me.
See, but I don't know if that's trust, right?
Yes, it is. Well, what is it?
I mean, you display trust by keeping your word and consistency.
We're gonna have
keeping your word and consistency at the end of the day.
Not a perfect people.
I
can't like, you know what I'm saying?
It's not just strictly the finances. Okay, say you be like, okay, I'm gonna take you.
Because I can't always keep my word. Wait a minute. So because I can't always keep my word, right? Because I'm a human being, that's gonna stop you from trusting me.
And look,
I mean, know ahead of time that the things is not going to work out. Like I know, I said
how about I may not be reliable?
Hey, it's not going to be.
How about I may not be reliable, but that has nothing to do with my trust.
I don't know. I tie them two together because if you're not reliable, you're not trustworthy. Because I can't believe nothing you saying. Like you don't never.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So Empress Carmen, you said you went through somebody's phone before, right? Callie Bev makes a phenomenal point. If you trusted somebody, why would you go through their phone? And then secondly, if you don't trust them, you shouldn't even be with them, right?
Right.
And that's why we're not together. And the reason why
that's why I don't listen to what y'all women say.
That's a contradiction because
y'all not together because he got caught.
When you ask her for the
trust, but the trust was broken. The trust was broken. This was when I was like, I want to find out.
What's the problem?
Okay, hold on. Wait. Let me explain the difference, right? I'm really good. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me explain something, right? Callie Bev, you have to trust that I won't go out and give you something back, right? Because there's no way for you to know or stop me from doing, correct? Now, when it comes to my child, it has nothing to do with trust because there's an actual way that I can factually find out something. So I don't have to trust you at all, actually. It's not a relying on trust. It has nothing to do with trust is my point. When people bring this back, when it comes to paternity specifically, they say you should just trust me. And I'm telling you, that don't require trust because trust only needs to happen when you don't have an ability to stop something or know the answer to something. Like, I trust that you not going to tell the cops on me when they come to the house, right? I can't make you talk. I don't control your lips, and I can't stop you from talking them. So I have to trust that you're going to say what you did with you did. But if I could pay off the cops, then I'm going to pay them off. Just like I can find out if my child is mine, what the hell I need trust for? I don't understand when people utilize the word trust when it comes to children when it has nothing, absolutely zero to do with trust. It's not a requirement because I can scientifically and factually find the answer. I only need to trust you when I don't have an ability to do so. That's when trust is needed.
Right, but at the root of it is a sexual encounter outside of the relationship, and that ties back to trust.
No, it doesn't,
but
because
I think it's just like I want to know.
So they ain't got nothing to do. I can't do nothing about that.
I think it's just like I want to know thing, and I mean, like I said, like, I feel some type of way, but like we gonna go. Like, well, if you want to know, well, let's just go. But I know it is. Like,
yeah, you just
right. I mean, that would. Go ahead.
How you doing, Aaron? How y'all doing? How you doing, panel?
Trucker,
because trust.
Hey,
you see Maury Povich all the time.
I just came up here real quick. Aaron is absolutely right. There's always a one way type of, I would say, like one way violence when it comes to man and woman. And then y'all ladies, y'all always asking for honesty. Be honest with us. We can handle it. And then when we give y'all the honest truth, hey, we want a DNA test. Now it's a problem. What you in your feelings for?
Nobody said it was. Look, nobody said it was a problem.
It's a problem.
We just said we might feel some type of way.
No,
Yeah, I'm gonna feel like you don't trust me.
There should not be no. I'm feeling some type of way. If y'all want honesty, take the honesty and deal with it. Suck it up.
So when
I'm confused.
I'm sucking it up as evidenced by the fact that we're probably still going to be together. Yeah,
No. Suck it up. It is what it is. And then if we gonna still be together or not. Y'all want honesty. He's giving you honesty. He ain't got to talk to you soft. He ain't got to be gentle with your heart and your mind and your soul. Just be a man. Hey, listen, I want a DNA test to make myself feel comfortable. It is what it is. Take it or leave it.
Okay. And at the end of the day, I might feel some type of way. So now what?
So you can feel whatever type of way. Just don't just accept the fact that when you expect them to be comforting you and so hold on, and somebody sat there and said, well, you gonna take me out to comfort me. Like, who the hell?
Trucker. It's already been accepted. We still feel some type of way. So okay. So now what?
I don't feel no type of way.
Okay, first off, so didn't somebody on here sit here and say, well, I got to take you out to make you feel comfortable to make up some bullshit?
That was Carmen.
That's what I'm saying. That's that bullshit that we were talking about. But when Aaron said, okay, well, when you go through your man phone and you accuse him and make him suffer, and you thinking he cheating and all this other shit, and you fucking with his peace, and when he prove you wrong, do you take him out? You say, hell no.
I gotta be the one to sit there and make extra dinner and make sure I go get what you want.
No. We want to say no. Take his ass out. Take him out. You hold on. You didn't ask your man to cook for you. What if he want to cook for you? No, you demanded. Take his ass. Say you gonna take me out.
When I was wrong, oh, you tripping? I was definitely kissing butt. Like, I'm sorry. I'm like that.
What the hell does that mean?
Like, y'all is tripping. Like,
when we wrong,
like I was putting it. I ain't about to sit and tell y'all, but I was doing double time. Like, I had to make up. Like, I felt stupid. Stop.
Here's the whole point. The whole point I'm trying to tell y'all, right?
The average woman gonna say what Callie Bev and Carmen said.
We agree. Callie Bev has a point, and I'm still gonna feel away. And like I said, go.
I'm like you.
In the corner, go suck over there. I don't care. She has a right. She can feel the type of way. Right? I ain't necessarily mad at her.
And y'all keep saying, and when you say y'all gonna feel some type of way, we already know what that's gonna come with. You're gonna be having attitude for days and weeks. You're gonna be not trying to give up the coochie or none of that shit. In the whole 9 yards, you're gonna make it suffer.
That sounds like playing games. Ain't nobody got time to play them games. All right, well, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute, why we gonna give up to me? Wait a minute, why am I gonna put myself for punishment from your penis?
They ain't holding the coochie. They ain't holding
it. Bro,
that don't even make
man,
no sense.
That's what you're gonna stagger, man. That's what you need.
A lie right there, bro. I feel some type of way. We already know what that come with. I feel some type of way.
Y'all tweaking.
I feel some type of way.
I'm talking about what I live, not what I think.
And making this conversation a whole lot longer than what it gotta be.
No, because he knew it was gonna be women like you, Kelly, Bev, and Carmen over there. To say what y'all.
Let's go. Like, we can go. Let's go.
Listen.
He know his daughter is.
But I'm just saying.
Hold on. Wait. I want to hold on. Wait. I want to see if anybody can combat my point. Right? Trust for paternity has nothing to do with one another. Trust. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna pull a goddamn definition of the trust because I don't think y'all really understand what.
No, I agree.
You're right, Aaron.
You're definitely right. Like, I'm not arguing that point at all. Like, they definitely have nothing to do with each other.
This is crazy.
If you want to know, you want to know. You want to know that. You have the right to know.
Right, that's true. But what's hold on?
We as the women know for sure.
But what's the
Most
real
of us,
reaction that most dudes are
but
going
some
to
of us
get? What's
don't.
the real
Let's
reaction?
go.
They're
And
gonna
when
have
we're
a problem
done,
with it,
What
but
is
they
the
not
real
holding no
You
grudge.
reaction?
don't need to be nervous
Listen,
if you
Tucker,
ain't done a
hold on, Auntie
goddamn
J.
thing.
Hold on, Auntie J. Like when I did it, my baby mom, she had a problem with it, but she didn't withhold no coochie though. So, but yeah,
That's
she had a
why I
problem with it
told
for
you.
years.
You're not holding
For
back on.
years.
Man, listen.
She held that grudge for years, fam. But she didn't withhold no coochie though.
That's what I'm saying. Man,
This
I don't
man,
want nothing. I don't want no pity.
That's
No.
It wasn't
yo,
no
if she
pity. She was
questions you,
just
bro, if
no.
she
It wasn't
questions
no
you, that ain't
pity,
your baby,
brother.
bro.
She held her. You said she held a grudge for years.
Yeah, but
That's
she
what I'm
can't
saying.
Yo,
withhold
if
Like
she,
every
what
time
we
you turn
holding
the
back.
corner, every time you say something, you nigga, you still dirty, nigga. You ain't got the paternity test.
No, she didn't. It wasn't like that. No,
yo,
she was.
bro, if she
And,
question
and
you,
and
that ain't your
and then
baby,
that's another
fam.
thing I came up here. Lee, you disappointed me, man. How you gonna sneak
You
behind you?
be honest.
How you supposed to be Mother Queen, Mother Earth, this, that, and the third, but you can't even look your woman in the eyes and ask for a DNA test. You just run and go get the DNA test and then come home with the paperwork and then expect her to accept that shit. Bro, you better be expecting a
Yo,
two-piece.
that nigga Lee is light skinned, bro. Leave him alone.
Like, well, what the hell?
I was
Hey,
thinking the
dark
No, they
skinned
same
was
brothers
thing.
don't
both
move like that,
virgins.
Lee. We
You
don't
know
move
that
like
damn
that.
is. They was both
Yo,
virgins, fucker. They was both virgins.
oh my god, oh my god,
If he only knew. If he
yo,
You
only
gotta
knew.
understand Lee is light skinned, my nigga. So that's how they wire, bro. Leave him alone, bro. Leave him alone.
Oh, man. It's all good, but I'm gonna leave y'all
You only
alone.
know
I
the
just had to
baby
say my
boy
2
for
cents. But
sure.
Aaron, keep on
If you
preaching.
get
Y'all have a good day.
I'm trying
you
to
too
help. I'm
sucker
trying to help them.
say.
I'm trying to help the men, right? The men who struggle having these conversations, and they often get into conversation with women who have been relying on things. I don't know who that is. Things that they perceived in the past, and they just say it's natural to say, "What, you don't trust me," right? And that's a common thing for women to say because they've heard that, they saw that on TV. It's in their head to say, "Well, I need to say that because you know what I mean." Like that's trust, and I'm explaining it ain't got nothing to do with trust. They
I
want to tie it to trust because it's so important to them to have that control. It's so important for them to be like, well, I mean, just trust me, right? And all I ask is give me the equivalent of trust that you have to trust me with. What do you have to trust me with that's on the level of paternity of a children? And the answer is nothing. So the only thing they'll tie it to is, well, I got to trust that you won't give me no disease. I've had this conversation tons of times, right? And that's a fair point. You actually have to trust me for that. I don't have to trust you to find out if that child is actually mine. That has nothing to do with trust. It's all science in your ego. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But they don't know how to explain that to
control. And
Hold on.
control.
But you know what's crazy? Y'all,
I mean, I agree with that.
but see that ladies don't take account. Like they thinking it's all about the man. Y'all be forgetting that these kids, when they find out that he who's been raising him since since the day of birth, he finds out that man is not his father. That child is gonna look at you totally. I know people who found out
Yeah, mama is a
that was
whore.
hold on. I done found out. I done watched people. I got a
Exactly
friend
what
right
you-
now who I'm not even. He in prison right now.
You
But
got
before
friends
that,
doing
he found out that his dad, who has been raising him since the day he was born, was not his father, and he went from being on the straight and narrow to like he just went all out. I'm talking about
This is
drugs,
Mammy
the
fault.
He
whole
went all
nine
the way
yards.
left.
This is Mammy
He
fault.
went
He
haywire.
went left.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He
All
went.
y'all men
No,
gotta
it ain't got
do.
nothing to do about. That's the part. Like the man has been lied to his entire life. Imagine with the dad.
And y'all,
Okay,
and
wait,
y'all
guys,
don't have to.
stop. I gotta understand this,
Hey,
right? Because Cali Bev is
Sherelle.
kind of like the calm one, the one that has like the certain type of mindset. So Cali Bev, I want to ask you, right? What good does it do for me to actually tell you that I want to get a test? Is it better if I go behind your back?
No, I'd rather you be upfront.
So you rather I be upfront, but what benefit do I get from being upfront? Is what I'm trying to tie in. Because the only way I'm gonna do something, if it makes sense, because it seems like if I tell you I want to get a test, and even the men involved, but I'm emotional, right? Because y'all said men have emotions, and y'all want us to express our emotions, right? Y'all say this stuff, right? Because men is just they often themselves, so express your emotions, right? what is the benefit I get from telling you the truth as opposed to you gonna feel a type of way? Because if you're gonna feel like a type of way, and I know you're gonna feel a type of way, that ain't no benefit to me. So I better off suffer in silence or do it behind your back unless you give me a benefit.
And we know what the suffer. We already know what the outcome is when y'all say, "Well, we gonna feel some type of way." It ain't just gonna be no little. I feel some type of way.
Guys, you got hold on, check it out. You gotta know when you gotta let the women speak. Just answer. It's pivotal.
God damn it.
No, I
My bad.
There's no cost benefit thing with it. I would think that if you were in a relationship with somebody, you would want to be upfront with that person. So the benefit is what?
Let me give you an example, right?
Would be with that.
Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example, right? Because I hear your point. But sometimes these things tie better. I come home from work, right? You see me, the first thing you do is, oh, let me tell you about how much I miss you and talk about your day, right? In my head, I don't give a damn what you're talking about, right? But it's more beneficial for me to just listen to you blabber and say what you're going to say and be like, oh, word, yeah, that's crazy, right? Because then you'll feel like at least I'm putting the effort in to listen. So there's a benefit for me. You feel better that I'm trying instead of saying, be quiet, I don't want to hear that right now. You see what I'm saying? Like, I could suffer in silence and be like, oh, that's mad annoying. But yeah, babe, Well, there's a benefit. Or I could be honest, shut up. I don't want to hear that right now. Ain't no benefit in that. You see what I'm saying? Like, so men are going to do something that's beneficial. Just like if you do something and there's a benefit attached to it, you're more likely to want to do that as opposed to me giving you a negative response to something. Right? You're going to become cold. You're going to turn silent if I reject you in a way when you want to be received. So I'm telling you, I want to be received if I'm going to keep it real with you right now. If not, then I might as well just go all out and be like, I don't care.
To answer your question, your original question, I would much rather go ahead and be upfront, get it over with, instead of having the conversation after the fact, talking about, oh, well, I went behind your back, yada, yada, yada. Because then that's just further building onto the whole trusting, the trust question in the first place. You know what I'm saying? For me. I mean, it works out better over here. I mean, hey.
Kelly Bear. How old are you, baby? How old are you, Kelly Bear?
I'm 42.
You 22?
42.
I'm gonna need you to take that hood off and walk into the light, curl ass. Real life. Because it don't got nothing to do with trust, baby. Trust is, I'm gonna tell you a form of trust. When you go down, that your man trusts that you won't scrape him with your teeth. That's trust. But getting a DNA test on a baby that that's his, it's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to trust anything about that. You don't.
Hey, security boss. Oh yeah, as a matter of fact, hold on one sec, guys. Security boss will be having a show this Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern, on her channel. I will be there. Q will be there. Trill, Sherelle, and I can't tell you about no other surprises. But just make sure y'all lock that time in and be there to support security boss. We appreciate it.
Can you put her channel on the back?
How you gonna interrupt her me promo on her thing for you to scream that out?
Is it open panel? Is the panel open or is this?
You don't know until you pull up, sir. You don't know until you pull up.
But yeah, I think most men
these people, they unruly here, security boss.
And that's the truth. I understand his point. You know what I'm saying? You know, when he laid it out like that, yeah, I understand his point. I have to trust that you're not going to cheat, but you don't have to trust that that's my kid, right? But at the end of the day, both deeds fall back to infidelity, and that's exactly where I'm going to go with it. I mean, it is what it is.
But here's the problem, Caliban. You can still have infidelity in the child being mine. So you can't tie those two things. You can still have infidelity, right? And the child still being mine. They're not tied. It's not a requirement. You just think it's a requirement for justification. Like, you need to know a reason why I all of a sudden feel this way, right? I just can't have an emotional, man, I just feel this type of way. Just like when you can't explain why you feeling the way you feeling, That my
I
whole
mean,
point,
it's from
men are not
somewhere.
allowed emotions. That's the whole point. We only allow
Yeah,
justifiable emotions.
Oh,
you are.
highlight my Reed's comment.
My Reed. Oh, shout out to My Reed. Which one? The one she just dropped right now?
Right, yeah, highlight that one.
Oh gosh.
So why we not doing this?
Yeah.
Wait.
listening to
Hold on.
her.
Wait. What makes you think people not doing
Yeah,
that?
people do.
Listen,
I
I
do.
get tested multiple times
I
a
do.
year, and ain't got
For
nothing to
real,
do with
like
nothing
Yeah,
to
I
do
do.
with her. That's everything to do with my health.
Damn
For real.
right.
I just did it 2 weeks ago.
Why y'all paying for health
Right.
insurance and not using it?
If
That's
y'all
on
not,
y'all.
thank you,
I don't know
Aaron.
what y'all living in.
It was just a question.
Y'all listen. Y'all
What
should
a
be
nerves.
Mm-mm.
y'all
Yo,
should be
okay, look,
blood
listen.
tested.
Are you
Everything.
getting a STD test done too?
I still think Israel's stunting when he say he don't cuddle, bro. That's bullshit.
Bro.
No, man, cuddle.
Hold on, fam.
No,
So, yo,
damn, man, cuddle,
hold
man.
on, Auntie J. Damn. This is
Hold on,
what I'm
who's the
saying,
cuddly
right?
over here?
Yo, so this is what I'm saying.
Mhm.
What I'm saying is I'm not gonna just sit there and cuddle. Like, there's no purpose for that. I'm a grown man. Like, I'll rub on some back, I'll rub on some booty, but I ain't cuddling. Like, I'm just not gonna do it.
So so this is cuddling, right? You laying back on the couch and she lays on you. You don't do that?
Nah, it's too hot for all that, fam.
Ah!
I used to do that when I was a young boy. I'm a grown ass man, dog. I don't do that no more. Nah. I
Yo,
rub
little
on
real
her
men
back.
don't do that bullshit, Lig.
That's
What's
what I'm saying.
wrong
I
with you,
rub
bro?
on her back. I rub on her booty.
That
I
shit
do
hurt their
foreplay.
arm.
Hold on, Auntie J. I do foreplay, but I'm not gonna cuddle like that. Nah. If I do, it'd be for like 10 seconds. Cause yo, that shit get
Why you let this man talk to you about cuddling? What is wrong with you?
Nah.
Jesus
Yo,
Christ,
God.
man.
Listen,
Y'all is
yo,
wild,
God.
bro. Y'all is wild. We're not over here debating on cuddling. What's wrong with y'all?
Tickle me
You ain't
elbow
no
ass
goddamn
niggas.
This is an interesting time.
You gonna
This
let
is
this
light skin
man
problems.
this blue pill?
You
Light skin
not gonna
problems.
cuddle if you lying.
Oh my
Lee
god,
gonna
I'm
cuddle
so
because
funny.
he's a cuddling
So
type.
I hope y'all able to identify when these conversations happen, right? Everything has a reason. That men, they don't care about your emotions. Your emotions better be logical. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though you're supposed to be able to just have emotions, they best be logical. All right, you better
Yo,
give
he
me a
said it's too
logical
hot
reason
for
why you're
that.
feeling the way you feeling. Everything has to. This stuff be crazy to me. Lulu, what you mean is suspect? What do you? Lulu
What's
be
that
wild.
shit, Lulu?
We bad suspect for what? Okay, all right.
For what?
I don't know what she.
Wait, yeah. Pull up. What you mean by that?
She probably
Why you
said
gotta go? You gotta pull up.
the niggas that be cuddling are suspect. That's
Y'all
probably what she's
tripping.
saying.
Oh,
That's
Yeah,
not
the
sus.
cuddle buddies
Cuddling not sus. That just
a
means that
male
you like a
cuddle buddy
soft
is
No, it's
body up
not.
on you, son. That's
some
all it
guys like to do
Y'all
is.
that.
tripping. I like the
I'm not
cuddle.
gonna do
Yo,
it.
I watched this video of this dude saying any guy that uses a seat warmer in the cold, suspect. You agree with that, Poppy?
Hello, what you say?
This dude said that any dude that uses a seat warmer to warm up his seat, like you in a car or whatever, it's 3 degrees outside. You warm up your seat, you suspect. You agree with that too?
No, man, you from Jersey, man. I'm from New York, man. You know we ready. We just get up and go. We don't worry about no seat. We just go. Nah, nigga. We just get up and go, fam. Stop it.
Warm up no seat, and you know
God
it.
left Jersey for that exact reason. It was freezing up there.
But yo, she said I'm mad suspect because I'm saying I'm the prize. Are you dumb? What you talking about? I am the prize. What are you talking about? I am the prize. Are you dumb?
My guy,
Every
Yeah, I'm
man
the prize.
How's
How's that sus?
that's a winner. He's
Crazy.
surprised.
Greg, he holding it down. I can't
But
argue
see,
that.
they made us think we were surprised.
I'm
And
here
they
for the
lied.
cuddle love. I'm here for the love. You feel me?
How about you are
He
each other's prize? Why does it have to be a competition?
It's not. He do more things than you do when you go out. When he go out there and get the money and do whatever, you don't know what he got to go through mentally. You don't know how
Israel
he
is a
feels
millionaire, yo.
and bring it back. You don't know. We girls, by
So
the time we get back, somebody gonna help us do something in that day. You already know that we female. Nobody may help them. Somebody might
I get a
open the
lot of
door.
help.
We got security
I
bag.
have a security guard, a
Everybody
management
have a
team. I
okay.
have
Open the
a
door for
maintenance
him.
team.
Y'all is wild. Y'all, so hold on, guys. So Empress
He
Kermit,
is strong.
you gonna cut back on your theory that you should get a prize dinner, right? Or you really believe you should get a
First
prize
of
dinner?
all, I was joking,
No,
but
you wasn't
we
joking.
definitely
Tell
can go
the
to
truth
dinner.
now. You really
Yeah,
do.
I
our streets,
love
that's
to go
facts.
out.
Our streets, that's facts. You can ask about me in these streets, our
I
streets.
like to go
That's
out. What's wrong with
100%
If
facts.
that?
I
she,
never had no problem.
I mean, we done
yo,
went to the doctor's office. We done got dressed. We done got good news that
What up,
our
Trigger
kid
Whoa,
is
Mike?
whoa,
What
whoa,
up,
whoa, whoa,
Trigger?
whoa,
Why
whoa!
not
Stop
go
right
get
there! Stop
food?
right there! I ain't need to take you to damn doctor's office to take my kid. What
Why
are you talking
not?
about?
I like to drive around. What do you mean? That's
Nah, I don't need take you. Why I go get my kid test? You ain't gotta come. You can, but you ain't gotta come. Why? So
Exactly.
why I
We
gotta
can, because
take
I
you to
yo,
want
dinner?
to.
Why I
Because
gotta
I
take
like,
you to dinner?
because we, like I said, we all dressed and we got the kids. It's a family outing. Let's go eat. Let's
That's
get
if
that.
she got too
You
long
gotta take
braids, bro.
not take.
If she got too long braids, my nigga, you better ask her for a test, bro. You have to ask.
Do y'all
That's
understand?
a
Men are
must.
never gonna get. Listen, women are never gonna support this stuff. They only gonna say they're gonna support it. They never gonna actually support this stuff.
Oh no, let's go. I don't think people should leave the house without getting a DNA test in general. Like I've seen switch that birth.
All right, so
you
let me.
definitely need to get.
Listen,
you definitely need to get that
stand on it.
Wait, hold on. Our streets asking questions. What you asking a grown ass man what he cooked today? Actually, my BM gave me, you know what I'm saying, the meal, so I don't have to cook. You know what I'm saying? I got multiple people that will cook for me at the drop of a dime. I don't cook.
I know how to cook.
Talk to him.
I know how to cook, but
I
I don't
also
cook
know how to
anything.
cook.
I ain't gonna lie, I cook for my bitches every now and then.
So
Yo,
let me ask you a question.
He gotta make it sound tough though. Talk your skills.
If I'm lying, I'm flying, B.
If the trust was needed to be in the man, meaning like you wouldn't know the paternity of your child, and only the men knew, would you think women would trust them?
Okay, you said if the men,
if it was the inverse, right? That means
so the men only know if this is a child or not.
The men are the only ones
that know factually that the child is there. I'm gonna want to know.
Listen, I'm going to want to know. But I think it's vice versa. Like I literally, like I don't think you're understanding. Like I think that men need to know. Like if you want to know, you want to know. I feel like it's your right to know. I don't think that should be questioned. I don't think that should be a conversation. I just say, let's go. I want to get in the car and drive with you. That's all I'm saying.
No,
I would want to know.
What if I tell you no?
I would want to know too.
You can trust me. It's a trust.
Well, I don't give a damn.
You can trust me. Isn't that enough?
No, hell, that's gonna really make me hard ass. With a swab
I can trust you. That's enough. If I can trust you, like I said, why can't we get in the car? Let's go.
No, that don't make sense. No, that don't make sense. If you trust me, what we need to do all that for?
This has nothing to do with trust.
So you don't trust me.
No, wait. Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna just flip the script. I'm gonna be like, oh, so you just don't.
Dial back.
I'm definitely gonna get a test.
Okay.
Because
but we getting the test.
Let's dial back.
We knew how you was out there in them streets. So I'm gonna get a test.
Let's dial back, right? Let's dial back. Callie Bev, can you explain how the root of it is trust? Because they confused that they saying it ain't trust. Can you explain how the root of it is trust?
Because it all ties back to infidelity. So if we're in a committed relationship and we're monogamous with each other, we're exclusive with each other, then any outside kid is an infidelity issue at that point.
Okay, this is why I don't think it's trust, because like if we're in a committed relationship and I know that I'm only having sex with you, like I know we're in a committed relationship, I know you're only asking because like I said in the context earlier, we all watch Maury. We all done grew up in this era. I'm not going to be surprised if you say, "Hey, let's go get a test." Like I'm not going to feel some type of way.
Let's slow down. Let's slow down.
Let's go.
I love when y'all say this stuff, right? Can you explain to me what a monogamous relationship is?
Right.
So
I want to know.
Me and you, we hunters. Just me and you. Just
nope.
You and you. We hunters.
Nope.
Okay, so listen.
I ain't doing that.
So listen.
We definitely get the
if I come to you, Carmen, and I go, look, me and you, we gonna be monogamous. What the hell does that mean? All I did was talk.
I want you to be like me. I want you to talk and do what you said you're gonna do.
Okay. See, now listen. Do what you said you're gonna do. How do you know if I'm doing what I'm saying I'm gonna do? How do you know?
That's what you told me you was gonna do.
Oh, so If I tell you I'm gonna do something, that's good enough for you.
That's what you that's what you told me you was gonna do. I'm gonna trust you to give a reason not to. Like that's what you told me you want to do.
Oh, until I give you a reason not to, right?
Yeah.
So what if I never give you a reason not to? Does that mean that that a child can't be born that's not mine?
That does not mean that. Like what the flip?
So that's what I'm trying to explain. It's not trust.
It's
I know
so
y'all want it to be so
That's
bad.
what I said that too. I want.
No, you didn't.
I don't think women should have
Yes,
a separate
I
bank
did.
account
I
just in
literally
case the
said
man dips.
you
Yes,
should
they
go get
believe
it.
that, Fatty.
Because you want it.
No.
You should go get it. You need it. That's your information. I think. I'm out. I gotta go smoke a blunt.
I don't think so, Fatty. No, I don't believe in
I'm being a chat.
Listen, if a woman don't let me spend her money, she might as well have her own separate account. If I can't spend your money, what the hell I need to see it for?
That's right.
Don't make no
right.
sense.
If it's all in the same account, it's all the same money anyway. So
it ain't never the same money. It's a difference between. Listen, it's a difference between Trigger Mike coming in bringing 200,000 to the account, and I bring 30. And then let me tell you. Let me tell you why I'm at. Like, this is the funny part. This is why I'm okay with women saying they want partnerships, right? Law firms are partners, but here's the difference. There's a managing partner, and I own 75% of the firm. You get 25% stake. See, men have to know how to have these conversations. Yeah, we partners. Yeah, I'm 75% the lead. They got 25%.
That's facts.
See, that's all that guys just need to understand. When women say they partners, they y'all think they mean we 50-50. Ain't no 50-50. I'm 75 to 80. You about 15 to 20. That's how it works.
I mean, over the years, yeah. I mean, sometimes he made more than me. Sometimes I made more than him. I mean, it's all the same freaking money anyway. Sometimes it's 75.
We
need all that bread.
Men
need all that check.
Never get a joint bank account, man. Always have a separate account. Never get joint bank account.
No. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm indifferent to it. I've seen. Listen, a lot of businessmen. Their wives have access to the business accounts, personal accounts. They rarely. I'm gonna be honest. They rarely hide money from their wives. But their wives
not saying hide money. But I'm not saying hide money. But what I'm saying is you don't need a joint account. She could be a signer, or she could have access to it. But what I'm saying is I would not get a joint account with most of my money in it. I'm not doing it.
I'm not even.
Yo, bro, I got burnt like that before, real bad.
Okay, but I understand, right? But you basically saying then don't put your money in the joint account. You saying keep the majority of your money in the sole account, and I'm telling you, a lot of men, successful men, businessmen, etc., their wives have access to all the money.
Nah,
it's common. It's very common.
That's dumb.
That don't work for me.
I don't know. I'm just telling you, I see it a lot.
I'm not
just telling you, I see it a lot.
Y'all wilding. Y'all are wilding. Y'all are wilding.
Real bad,
because you know, Aaron asked Trigger Mike the same question you asked her about the DNA. Ask him.
Oh, okay.
That's
Trigger Mike. Okay, I'll ask him because Trigger Mike be pulling up late because he too damn rich for us. Trigger Mike. So this is the scenario, right? You and your I would just say wife for now. You and your wife had a baby, first baby, right? You was excited when the baby was there. Everything was good. You was in bliss. Life was good. But 3 to 4 months after the child is born, you get emotional. You don't know how to explain these emotions. You just a man. You got emotional, and you're like, man, I need to get a test for my child, right? You say I'm gonna have to disengage for about a month and a half until this test come back, right? Because nobody knows the exact date. We just use roughly take a month or whatever for the test to come back from the lab because I'm not doing no swab in the house. I would want a professional pundit to do my work, right? So, after that month and a half is over, whatever the case is, you like, oh, it's my baby, I'm good. Now you come back. Do you think that woman has a right to be upset with you?
At the leaving part, not at the test part.
Okay, so that's the key. Explain why or why not. But you're not leaving the house. You're only leaving contact with the child. You're protecting your emotions and feelings. You're still in the home. You're still doing your day-to-day. But you're not dealing with that baby right now because you're protecting your emotions.
To me, that doesn't make much sense. Especially, a man's pedigree is to kind of to live through pain. So it's like whatever you're going through, all of that uncertainty, the baby is innocent. You see what I'm saying? So Keep handling your responsibility the way you were. If you feel indifferent about it, like she can go to hell if she feel any way about the DNA test itself, because that's just responsible, and it's very necessary the way women out here moving. So that feeling that he might need to get one may be instinct. It may be him knowing like, yo, this might not be my baby, but no, you got to keep on. You got to work through those emotions. You got to take care of that baby either way until that test come back.
So that is one of the responses I was expecting a woman to say, right? None of them actually said that though. Well, the ones in the chat was like, no, I understand. I don't believe them.
No, I don't believe them. No,
I don't believe them either, but they said it, right? So here's the point, right? Here's the point, right? What's the point of even expressing yourself if you still gonna have to suffer anyway? Like, for instance, it just turned out the child is yours, right? What happens if it turns out the child is not yours? So think about it. You building this bond with this baby, and you find out the child is not yours. The child's still innocent, but you still got emotions.
Mm-hmm.
What's the point of even voicing anything if you got to suffer in silence anyway?
There's no point. Men suffer in silence. Period. That's the life of a man. To suffer in silence, to tiptoe around your woman's emotions, so to keep the peace in the household. So you're right. There is no point to saying anything at all.
See, now Leslie says it's called accountability for having unprotected sex, right? So check this out, right? Check this out. I love when people say this, right? So let's say your wife gets pregnant, right? Trigger Mike. In that moment, she says, I'm pregnant. Now freeze time. Freeze time. You jump out of your body. You become introspective, right? You have a couple responses, right? What are the responses you gonna tell your woman when she say I'm pregnant?
Damn, I can give you the real time responses I get. It was like a damn, like, you know what I mean? Like a word. How you know? Did you take a test? Those type of.
So let me give you an example, right? They're telling you the accountability comes when you stuck your little thing in me without protection, right? Your woman tell you 3 months into her pregnancy, I'm not having this kid. I'm not ready, right? What do?
Nothing you can do.
It's nothing you can do, right? You just got to deal with it, right?
Yes,
but they gonna tell us, oh, in 3 months, if you get feelings or whatever, they don't want to hear it. That's my whole point. I don't want to hear.
It's not the same, Aaron. It's not the same.
It is the same. You just
not
don't
the same.
understand.
One could potentially take your life. One could cause irreparable damage to your body. The other one doesn't. It's not the same.
No, Mike, have you had a DNA on your
wait. You're confusing about outcomes as opposed to emotions, bro. I'm not saying that can't happen. Irreparable body. The point of it is, it's still emotions involved for a man for him to know he's about to be a father, and then totally not. I know you don't care about a man's emotions. I'm telling you, he's gonna be a father, and then he know he's not about to be a father is a big thing to a man.
Well, Aaron, let me ask Trigger Mike a quick question, right? Yo, Trigger Mike, are you saying that you tiptoe around your wife's feelings?
No, I'm talking about in general, just as a man. It's not even tiptoeing around her feelings. It's keeping the peace.
Be honest.
Oh,
I don't
So you do tiptoe around her feelings to keep the
Get
peace?
on him like y'all got on me.
Oh,
I am. That's why. Wait, hold on, Lee. I'm asking.
So absolutely, every man does.
What? No, every man does not.
Thank you, Trigger Mike.
Every man does not.
Every man does. Listen.
Does not.
Everything is not in. Especially when it comes to a man's feelings. You see what I'm saying? We don't have the propensity to express it the way they do. Especially if we're going to take more time to figure out if it's something that needs to be expressed out. A woman feels it, she expresses it. That's reckless in my opinion. Men kind of can take that in and be like, you know what? Maybe I'll see how I feel in the weekend if I'm still feeling like
Trigger Mike. I agree with you. I think you're expressing it a little differently. How about this? I don't worry about little things, right? I can ignore certain things, like even if that's a minor annoying. That's annoying me, but ignore that, right? But I'm not tiptoeing around nothing, right? I have to be direct. No, stop. I'm gonna be very aggressive and direct. But then there are subtle things where you like that ain't worth my energy. I think you really mean like you just not gonna put any emphasis on certain things. Like that ain't worth the energy. We got to pick our spots, right? Because everything you don't care that much about, as opposed to everything. Now, check. Lulu says y'all emotions aren't the same as the damage done to my body. So here's the point, though, Lulu.
Oh, girl.
You're in charge or not if you want the damage to be done in your body. You know what's possible that can
Right.
happen.
You know what's that?
Actions
When
at
they
all
pounding that
that can
wood
damage
in
your
our
body
head, that's bad.
because you have the opportunity to blame a man. Don't blame us for nothing. You are in charge of what you do with your body. So why are you blaming us? Why are we getting blamed for anything that happens as an outcome of your body?
You allowed it.
No decision to make on whether or not you want to have intercourse or don't have intercourse,
Right.
have a baby or don't have a baby. Trigger Mike just told you. If you say I don't want to have a kid no more, what can I do?
Well, Mike, listen. Have you got paternity tests on your children?
Auntie J, have you seen my children? Go on my Instagram and look at my
That's
kids.
not what I asked you.
Trigger Mike.
No.
Now let me bring you up to the front of the congregation.
No.
Here, Mike.
That's not what I asked you.
Trigger Mike. Hold on.
No.
Hold on, DJ. I got this. Cause Trigger Mike, that's my homie. Hold on. Trigger Mike.
Answer your business.
Do you know that those kids are yours?
I know. Those kids are mine.
Oh my gosh, Trigger Mike.
Right.
Trigger
Talk
Mike.
your spiel, Trigger. Talk your spiel, Trigger.
Let me
rephrase that.
Let me rephrase. I have little to doubt that my children are my own kids.
Okay. Good. You see how he's
good enough. I concur. Right. But look, Aaron. Wait, hold on.
You're not the daddy.
Aaron, wait, hold on, Lee.
No, Aaron.
This is the thing.
You use your Fight Club privilege to sway his answer. He had his first answer.
Lee, hold on. This is the thing, though, Aaron. Yo, not saying, like you said, not saying something does not equal the same thing as tiptoeing around a woman's feelings. Because a lot of times, as men, there are a lot of things that we don't really care about. Like we don't have no dog in that fight, so we're not even gonna. We're not even gonna speak up on that. But the things that we do care about and we're passionate about and we mean, as a man, you're going to put your foot down. You're going to say, this is what it is. And this is how it's going to be. But not saying anything. I mean, most of the time as a man, you don't care what the little day-to-day things that goes on. You could care less. It's like, okay, whatever you want to do, babe. I don't care. But you know what I'm saying? So I don't think that you think that's tiptoeing around a woman's feelings.
No, so would you be afraid to tell your wife I'm going to get these children tested?
Trigger Mike, you think that's tiptoeing around a woman's feelings by not saying certain things?
No, I think it's more of protecting your peace as a man.
Protecting your peace.
But hold on,
Auntie J,
but sometimes, but you don't even like. I don't know. I can only speak for me, right? Hold on, Auntie J. I can only speak for me, right? It's a lot of things that happen in the course of a relationship that I really don't. It don't matter to me one way or another. Like I'm okay. It doesn't matter. So if she want to do this, I don't care anyway. So it's not a problem, right? So what I'm saying is that if you don't say anything about those things, then how is that tiptoeing around her feelings?
Was that for me?
Yeah, Trigger Mike, you good?
Wait, I got this, Trigger Mike. Trigger Mike basically saying the same thing I'm saying, where he's gonna hear her out because it's gonna make it to where they not arguing, and he ain't got to sit on the couch, right, Trigger Mike?
No, you got me all wrong.
Wait. How you gonna sleep on the couch in your house?
In my house? Okay, let me get this one. I'm never
sleeping on the couch. It's a metaphor. It's a metaphor. It means peace. It's just a metaphor. It means peace. Like he said, the peace. I was using it as a metaphor before. Nobody's sleeping on the couch. I really think you're gonna sleep on the couch. You're just not gonna get no box.
You're gonna get boxed regardless. What are you talking about?
You can't get boxed if she mad at you, bro.
That's why you got the side girl.
That's the best box.
Guys, hold on. Kelly Bev trying to say something. Go ahead.
Wait, hold on, Aaron. If she mad, that's the best box.
My thing is this. I think if you are in a healthy relationship,
she's not that mad if she gave it to
you both tiptoe, quote unquote, tiptoe around each other's feelings, because instead of being blunt I won't say blunt, but instead of being rude about how you say something, you would taper your language as to get the message across.
So that way, the initial response isn't a knee-jerk reaction; it's one of understanding. So, yeah, I would say both people tiptoe around each other's feelings in a relationship.
I mean,
Because
when
I'm trying to have a discussion. I'm not trying to have an argument, and I'm not trying to trigger you. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
I'm not trying
Exactly.
to trigger Mike. My bad.
That's our problem.
Well,
We have like our reason and logic is not always there. Everything is not based off of a goddamn on feeling.
So
It's just not.
no, Auntie J, here's the thing though, right? Because Iz was trying to get Iz was trying to get his
What
point
about their feelings?
hold on, Auntie J, because Iz was trying to get his point from Trigger Mike. We're not gonna jump off of that. I just wanted to make sure Cali Bev was heard. So Trigger Mike is not gonna let that slide. He need a direct answer from you to make sure that you still trigger Mike. So go ahead, Iz. Go ahead and get your line of questioning right.
All right. So Trigger Mike, you there with me? What I'm trying to figure out is, are you saying that by not saying nothing, that's the same as tiptoeing around your woman?
I don't think it's the same.
Okay, but you believe in tiptoeing around your woman. Why do you believe in tiptoeing around?
No, I believe in picking your battles. I think our context is a little different. I'm just aware. So I'm aware of how mercurial women can be. Right. So there are plenty of things that I would like to say, but I think as men, we're already naturally strategic. Right. So it's like, what's at the top of my priority list today? That I didn't like the meatloaf from last time, or it's like she burnt the sweet potato. It's like, I ain't even gonna bring that shit up. She looked like she had a long day. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you can either be an asshole with it, or you could be methodical and just be like, I'll bring that up another time. But that type of management, that type of emotional management is a huge part of a husband's job. So your wife don't have the emotional makeup.
I think your issue was the language. Like, for example, I would say men always managing the home. Men managing the emotions and feelings in the home. Now, when you say tiptoe, it infers that you're not the superior. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, I see what you're saying. No, we are the thermostat. We determine how hot or how cold the house is.
I agree with that.
Trigger Mike, I was getting ready to say.
Hold on, fam.
I was getting ready to trade you and Lee. Okay, y'all was getting ready to get traded. All right.
Hold on, fam.
Y'all was getting ready to get traded for Sway and Angry Man.
Don't do me like that.
I agree with Trigger Mike. I agree with that. Like when you say pick your battles, you pick your spots, and you don't say everything. Like that's cool. That's the way it should be. But yeah, that whole tiptoeing and you're afraid.
Okay, I see what you're saying now. No.
You're gonna put on your couch.
If there's anything of importance, like if there's anything of importance, like you know how you keep a measured demeanor as a man, but if it's something that shocked you and you want to get it out, no, I'm definitely the type to be like, yo. Oh, I'm busy. No, we're talking about this right now. Like, that type of thing. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Use this scenario. Wait a minute, Izzy. Aaron used this scenario with Izzy and Kelly Babb. He said this. I want to get a paternity test for my baby. Kelly Babb said she would be like, "But you don't trust me? Why you wait so long?" He said, "Because I want to get one now. It don't matter why I waited. So you don't trust me?" Aaron said, "What does that have to do with trust?" Which I agree. It has nothing to do with trust. So we were talking to Lee, and Lee said he knows that his child is his because the girl and him were virgins. We said, you don't know. You haven't seen it on paper. That's the only way you know.
Lee made two pivotal mistakes. Hold on, DJ. Lee made two pivotal mistakes in that moment. When he said, I know those kids in mine, and I believe her when she told
that kid only had one.
Regardless, bro, you get the point. I wasn't harnessing on specifically kids. I know you only got one. The point was,
I don't like kids. I don't like more than one. I don't like plural kids to be wished upon.
My apologies, okay? I apologize, honestly. Here's the point, Trigger.
Hey, you don't even know the so we're not talking about you.
Hold on. No, but the point, because Trigger, the point that I often make is that a lot of times men have to go through these issues with women, and they always get to try to make men feel bad or make a man not want to do something because it's emotions involved, and they gonna put this "you don't trust me" theory on them, right? Now, I have a theory about trust, right? And I have a theory about trust, right? Things that require trust, I accept, right? Let me give you a secret. Paternity does not require trust at all.
No,
it's science. Okay. It's literally science. So I don't understand why women say you don't trust me. Well, I don't need to be worried about trust right now. This ain't got nothing to do with trust. I will trust you for the things that require trust. Why am I just giving random trust out? Trust is only needed when it is required. I'm not about just going out.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. If a woman has too much of a contrary answer to getting a paternity test, that's a huge red flag. I mean, I get it if you're shocked. That's the only acceptable response. If you're shocked that I asked, okay, I'll give you that.
Correction, mister. Correction, bro. She's giving you a pushback. That's not your baby, fam.
No, that's what I just said.
No, that's not true. That's not true. Because a woman innately wants to respond to you with like, why don't you trust me? I saw on TV. I saw I'm supposed to respond this way. Like, this is a trust issue. Half the time they don't know they're programmed until you're literally grooming them and reprogramming them, right? They just respond these ways because they think that's a normal response. But when you break it down to them and ask them, define what trust is, they're going to struggle, right? And then you're going to lead, and we'll pull up the definition. You'll be able to give examples. A lot of women struggle because they're not able to give analogies. They're horrible at that. This is why a lot of these YouTuber women, we know they stealing content from men, because men can create analogies, and that analogies you never heard before, and like, oh, that was good. You don't never hear that from a woman. So that's how you know they steal content, right? They just regurgitate something that they heard from a man. So until you start hearing women say things like, damn, I ain't heard that before, she ain't got her own mind of thinking. But that's besides the point. Women naturally respond, you don't trust me. And they feeling you don't trust me because they've always heard that. When I explain to them, ain't got nothing to do with trust. What if you were sleeping with my brother every single day this month? I didn't know. You slept with me and the child is still mine. My paternity outcome ain't gonna have nothing to do with whether you sleeping with somebody else or not, because I can't prove that. I want to know because the science says I can find out. I will trust you with things that I have absolutely no way of finding out the answer to. That's the only time I'm gonna trust you. What else are we giving out trust for?
I mean, when you really think about it, though, Aaron, women don't even trust that way. Women are literally verifiers of everything. You tell them something, they're gonna be like, to your face, I trust you, yeah, and go check, pay a private investigator to do all the checks behind your back. So women don't even trust the way they're acting.
So Trigger Mike, the only thing I think women trust you for, go ahead, Collie Beb, jump in.
I was saying, anybody got time for all of that? Trigger Mike, like I was telling Aaron, I operate from the opposite end of the spectrum. I trust you until you give me a reason not to. I'm not going through phones. I'm not hiring no PIs. If you say you're going to O'Reilly's or some shit like that, I'm not sending nobody down there to see if you really at O'Reilly's. None of that shit. I ain't got this. No.
I'm not doing that either.
Man, y'all definitely kidding up your girlfriend. Like, yo, go check if he doing what he's saying.
Y'all niggas do all of that for real? Private investigator and all of that?
Nah, they hiring their best girlfriend or their sister.
No. Women are FBI agents. Callie Beb has been in a relationship for a good amount of time, so she's probably a little different. I don't know how her first relationship or second. I don't know if he's her first. That's not the point. Most times women can adjust over time, but naturally, if you ask your girl what the first guy you was with, how was you acting, she acts magically differently than how she act with you. That she was going through all different types of feelings and emotions, and she was responding to Disney fairy tales, all these different stuff.
And Aaron,
go ahead.
By the way, never ask your girl how she was with another dude. Never, ever, ever.
No, I didn't mean that one.
Right.
I didn't mean that aspect. No, I was just talking about behavior wise. But no, in all seriousness, though, I just think women are programmed to challenge you in the sense to say you don't trust me. But when you, I'm telling you, give them a scenario where they have to prove what trust is, they'll struggle. Now, Callie Beb gave a decent one when she said, well, I got to trust you won't give me no diseases. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. You ain't got no other choice. You ain't got no other choice. Like, you ain't got no control in that. Trust is when there's no control factor. That's the only thing I can agree to. But if there's a control factor, aka a test, I ain't got to trust you. Give me a different reason. Say why you want this test. Is it because you think that something, but don't say trust, because this don't require trust.
If her response is like shock, and then be like, okay, I mean, I'm not gonna fight you, but is there something I did or something like that? That's a natural response. Yep. But if she start fighting back, like no, I'm gonna be like, oh shit.
You ain't even gotta tell her in all actuality. You don't gotta tell her nothing.
No. Wait. Callie Bev is right. She said that earlier. What if I asked why, or somebody said why, right? And I said, well, they can say whatever the hell they want. And I'm like, because I said so. I'm not about to sit in debate. This ain't no debate.
Hey, seriously, this is actually something that needs to be in the new family law movement. They got the ability to do it. Haven't some states enacted it already that the baby got to get a mandatory DNA test before you write the father's name on the birth certificate?
I haven't seen which ones have started to do that, but I've been hearing rumblings that's it's been rolling out little by little.
That's what Aaron was said. The government should pay for it. The government should pay for that.
Oh yeah, and go find that daddy.
Trigger Mike. Just make sure everybody know where you're gonna be at 3 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday.
On Saturday, we're gonna be on Security Boss Show at the SBU Live address on YouTube. Yeah, come check us out 3 p.m. this Saturday. Aaron O gonna be there too, along with Trill, Island Girl Q, Sherelle.
It's gonna be a party.
It's gonna be dope.
I'm gonna get in trouble and get canceled again like I normally do, but that's all right.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good discussion though, bro.
That's what we do. Yeah,
I'm honored to be a part of it.
Man, shout out to Security Boss and her husband. Dope people. If you ever get a chance to talk to them,
I mean, if we're being real, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't ask my wife for
because you're a sucker. That's why you scared.
Sure. Stamp me that. But what I will say is we don't live in the generation anymore where, because I'm just thinking about what you said about Security Boss. They from the generation where a man probably would never ask. He wouldn't even disrespect a woman in that way. I don't think it's disrespectful anymore for a man to ask a woman he's deeply in love with for a DNA test. That's how trifling.
I'm worried about that messaging though, right? I'm worried about that. We always have to justify a reason.
Right, and that's what I found you would do.
That's the whole point of this conversation is women always like men lack emotional EQ. They lack they lack, all these things. And my whole point of this conversation is to push the point that they don't have any actual care of our feelings, right? Even if we are horrible at expressing ourselves, right? They should be caring enough to know that this has always been an issue for men. And they should be overcompensating. Look here. Yeah, I know there's been an issue for men. We care. We hear y'all. It ain't never that, though. It's always be a man. It's always just go up and tell her that you're going to get a test. Be a man. Everything is be a man. It's never understanding. It's never, we get it, y'all, man. We not a man. We can't ever understand how it feels for somebody to not know that the child's not theirs because they can never imagine what that's like because that's not something they ever have to experience. Just like I will never argue with a woman and say child, like having a child, there ain't no pain involved. That's easy. I would never tell a woman that because I can imagine that ain't, and men can't do it. So I have to concede. They don't like to concede that there's just something that we cannot express when it comes to children and knowing the paternity of them. It ain't even things we can put in words, but they don't care. They just tell us, share your emotions with us, stop holding in. And I'm like, nah, let's go back to suffering in silence because they really don't care. And I will keep using evidence and keep using proof. Time and time again, you will find out they truly do not care.
I care. Hey, Mike, even in that moment, right?
Auntie J, you said you care. Your husband got paternity on his children?
I told him that.
That wasn't my question.
They're not mine. We don't have biological children. That's what I was telling you. But my daughter, everybody says she looks like him. But I wasn't even with him. I wasn't even with him when she was made.
Everybody look like somebody.
That's why I say everybody got to look alike, right? Like, let me tell you something. A lot of women, right, they don't know when they're pregnant all the time. And a woman can be already pregnant, right? And then, because she stepped out on her man, or didn't know, maybe she was in a relationship with another man before she got with this man. And so then she get with this man and he starts having sex with her, but she's already pregnant, right? That baby will come out looking like that man that's been sleeping with her because the baby eats the semen of that man that she's been sleeping with on the
Oh God.
regular. So that's the truth. Baby,
the fuck?
that's food. Semen is food for the babies. That's why the doctors always
Auntie
tell you.
J, Auntie J.
I
So
mean,
you're
So
making it worse.
Auntie J,
You're making it
not-
worse, not better for women. You're making it worse.
oh well, I'm
Auntie J, I
just,
think you
I'm
should
just,
just chill in the
Mike,
chat with
you
all
know
them
what I'm
comments.
telling you.
the
I
baby does
apologize,
digest and
but y'all
swallow.
don't even know that. So
Matt,
anyway,
hold on. I'll be
that
right back.
baby,
I gotta go say
no,
a prayer over
Yeah,
my kids.
I ain't
that
never heard
baby,
that like that.
like
Auntie J.
you see that.
That's how the baby looks, though. I
But
understand
the
what you're saying.
the
The baby
DNA
does.
from the man's semen does determine how the baby look.
No, not from the one that they ingest through the amniotic fluid. It doesn't.
Oh, all right. That
It
look.
does.
No.
Oh my goodness,
Why do
I've
y'all
seen
do
it.
this type of stuff?
No,
Like y'all say
Yeah,
these
I've
things.
seen it over and over again.
that man's
Do we
did
have
not.
any like people
That
that have
one man
medical
that got her
backgrounds that can
pregnant,
substantiate these
it don't
claims?
look nothing like him. It looked like that one that's been poking her the whole time. I've seen it over and over again. But anyway, you see it on Maury Povich all the time. We as women don't always know when we've been sleeping with different men. And we'll swear the one we slept with the most is the father. It's not who you slept with the most. It's
Got him.
who got there first.
Lord. Woo!
I'm just saying.
We got the truth now. Yeah, let's go. Let's call it a night, Aaron. Let's call it a night. We got the truth.
Yeah, that's
We got the truth. That's it.
This is a hell of a topic right here. You be coming up with some stuff. I don't know if it's the water. I don't know what it is. But this is the
it's me
truth.
trying to get down to the truth, right? Because I just want to know when's the appropriate time for a man that asks for a paternity test, and I've got so many different answers. I was hoping the man to be like, man, whenever he wanted. But what I
thought the women would say.
But Trigger Mike, what I found was that even men will overcompensate based upon what they think is the right answer to say. Won't you get a test before the kid was there or right at the hospital and this and that? I'm like,
Do you
why?
know what that is, Aaron? That is the sign of the times where women and men are behaving as if the child is more the woman's than the man's. This is my child. You didn't birth your child. You carried mine. I could do whatever the hell I damn well please. If I want to get a test at 10 years, I can do it.
Now you talking like that. You talking like Trigger Mike. Now
you talking
like
Trigger.
I'm gonna stop coming in cold on conversations. I didn't know the context.
Yeah, you came in all. I'm like, damn.
I was like,
this ain't
whoa,
the
I was
Mike I
disappointed
know.
for a second, fam. I didn't know who you were. I ain't seen you in a minute already.
Neither. I'm actually glad to see you. Welcome back.
Listen, ladies. Here's the point, ladies. This is what I want y'all to take away from this conversation. One, if y'all care about our feelings, stop making us justify our feelings every time. Just say, listen, I care about you. Whatever you need, I got you. It don't seem like we ever get that. So, men, if it's not going to benefit us, we might as well suffer in silence. We might as well continue on suffering in silence, like Trigger Mike said, because this whole they care about our feelings, I have yet to actually see this play out properly. I've go back and watch every single show. I extract everything. Even the men be doing it to the men is crazy. It's crazy.
Lee look like he working a telethon.
Yo, Eric, out the mud was talking cash trash in the chat about dudes that want to get paternity. I was like, come on, man. He like, y'all sound like children. Yo, y'all bugging, y'all tripping. Like, I'm like, out the mud. Come on, fam. Like, yo, because cats want to get
Cody was bugging. I seen that earlier. I'm like, why he said we sound
fam,
like
I'm
disappointed for a conversation. But Cody just had a child, right? And you know what? That's probably why he's saying this. And Cody, that's my guy. He know that. But I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, my guy too.
He most like he he dope. I just think that he don't get paternity on his children, and he's a real like lover type of guy. Mm-hmm. And so I think that when we talk differently, right, it affects him because he's like, what do I need to get paternity on my kids? Those my kids. That's my woman. Like his mind works like that, and I'm not mad at anybody that does that. My issue is always this: a man that says, when I ask you, hey, them kids yours? Like, yeah. I'm like, you like seriously, you know for a fact they yours? And they go, I know for a fact they mine. And I'm like, did you get a test? And they go, no. I look at the man differently. But if he say, I believe they mine, then I respect him because at least he understand he don't know.
But look at the era. Look at the era we're coming from. I'm sorry, the era that used to be and the era that is now, right? So it used to be that women were so virtuous, and most women were the same. They grew up within a certain area. Women had the same characteristics and values. It was a bunch of daddies in the home protecting these girls and whatnot. So it would be disrespectful to ask them for a DNA test.
But
now
Trill,
women,
there's a problem though. No, because I'm with you, but I have to call because I'm worried because I think we giving too much credit for women that men were the only ones out there running. When the truth is a lot of remember paternity testing got very big and I want to say the 80s. Maybe late 70s. Prior to that, there was a lot of children running around that wasn't those man's children, and they didn't know.
Yeah. And it wasn't disrespectful to ask, they just didn't ask.
You didn't have the opportunity to ask because why testing wasn't available to those men.
Right.
They weren't available. So like I just think it's kind of unfair to pull from certain times in history when those men could never actually have these emotions, feelings, actually challenged, substantiated, anything of that nature. They didn't have the opportunity. Once it started having the opportunity, what did we start seeing? The truth come out. Not your child. Not you are not the father. You are not the father. We start seeing that thing rumble.
It was Leroy's baby.
I don't think those actions just came out of nowhere. So
you done bought 18 men on this show.
But Trigger Mike, I think that you grew up a certain way, but I'll tell you this: most men grow up thinking women are angels until they find out they're not. Right? I think we all grow up having this belief that women are not the liars. It's the men that are bad, and they're the ones that lie. They hurt women. And once we get our experience, we go,
that's a lie.
So exactly, and women don't understand that. All men have a love affair with women immediately from birth. We're trained to believe y'all are angels. We're trained to believe that y'all the truthful ones and the men are the bad ones. We're actually trained that way. We go through an experience. And we go, oh, crap, that girl broke my heart. I didn't know women operated like that. We are naive from a very young age. That's why our mothers overcompensate. Don't trust her. She a hoe. No. They go overboard. Get my son. Like, there's a reason because women know women, but us men don't until we get that aha moment. And then from that moment, you will never get the man that you ever could get that could just love you purely anymore. It doesn't exist in us anymore because some woman will strip that from us. It just don't exist.
Well, don't fathers do the same thing for their daughters?
I don't know. So you're talking about in the sense of conversations. I'm telling you, I don't believe that women look at men in a loving, truthful, kind this way. They look at them as, get away from me, can't trust you. It's not the same. We have a love affair and a trust and a belief that women are like angels. We naturally think almost every single man naturally think like that until they get to a certain age, whether it's 12, 13, 14, and a woman collapse their mind and heart. And they go, I didn't even know that a woman could do this. And they change forever.
So men go into it thinking that women are angels, and women go into relationships thinking that the men are going to do something to them. So I don't know specifically for women. I can only ask them questions, but when I hear from women, we're told, watch that boy.
Right, men are dogs.
So they're naturally defensive
of men.
Right.
So we're not that way.
By the time a man grows up and gets his heart broken and everything Aaron said, we realize women were just deflecting blame onto men to keep the attention off the negative shit they do. That's what I've concluded as a grown man. The reason y'all want to keep the narrative about men and everything that we could possibly be doing wrong is because y'all actually do more of it and y'all do it worse. Like when you talk about cheating, women do more of it.
Trigger Mike, you've been listening to me, bro. Yeah. That's what's up.
Let me give you the example. Let me give you the example, right? y'all think y'all the only ones that see these movies. We see these movies when a man is doing everything he can to get to make her feel good, to finally take his ring in marriage and all these things. He bending over backwards. Y'all seen the cartoon when I don't know if it's the skunk that's always Pepe Le Pew, always trying to make her happy. Like we see these things too, and we think that we're supposed to be doing all these damn things, and we operate really believing that women are angels compared to men. We think they're the problems. And when our dads, and this is why y'all think we hate women, it's not that we hate women, it's that when our dads have bad relationships with our mom, and we actually hate our dads in those moments because we look at our mom a certain way. And then our dad tell us, every guy that's had that separation, you will understand when you get older. All these men understand when they get older. They go up and they go, now we don't agree with what you did. We understand you should have stayed around, but we know what you mean by you'll understand when you get older, because we're going to go through similar things with women. They may not do.
Wait, Aaron, I'm sorry to cut you off, but see how that is? People in the chat say, and men made her that way. Remember, like men, like anytime a woman is bad, men made her bad.
It might be true. Here's the thing. I'm not going to argue with them about that, because I will say this. If your son, my girl, that's my girl. She said the same for women. So my thing is this: if women tell me that they grow up thinking men are angels, and that they're thinking that the women are the bad ones and the men are the good ones, I've never heard that before. I've always heard women say they always try to keep me away from guys. They always tell me to watch out for guys. Like, I never hear the opposite. So if women are saying that they're told the same thing we're told, that men are the angels, women are the bad ones, cool. Okay, I can accept that. I've just never heard women describe it that way.
I've never heard one being bad and one being good. It's never been like a versus thing. You know what I mean?
Well, I've learned since I've been married, I have learned that little boys are the forgotten ones. But they forget little boys grow up into young men. And everybody calls the little boys their little men. They be like 2 or 3, and the women be like, that's not a little man. What? Can he be a child?
You preaching right now. So one of my, I guess, dreams or goals is I'm gonna open a charter school, and it's gonna be for all boys, all young, if I can get it, underprivileged, but I really mean black boys, because the craziest thing on earth is that when people look at like women in leadership positions and all of that, I'm opposed to it, because if you want to destroy a family, put a woman in leadership position. For some reason, when a man is in charge, everybody's straight. The girls do well. The boys do well. Everybody thrives. If the boy, or the man rather, is the head. The second you put women in charge, girls thrive. I always say this: how the hell can a single mom have a boy and a girl child? The girl will be a college graduate and the boy will have a 4th grade reading level. How the hell did that happen? So boys suffer under the guidance and direction of their mom.
If I'm going to the bathroom and learning how to go to the bathroom, you pot train them totally different. You make sure the girl wipes from the front to the back, but the boy, you just make sure he got some tissue in there.
Okay, okay, Auntie J, you wilding right now. But here's the thing, because I was going to say that, but here's the thing, right? It's always a claim that women love their sons, right? And I'm going to be honest. I struggle with it a lot, because if you know that you cannot give that your son particularly what he needs to go be successful, I think women don't have an understanding just how difficult it is to navigate in this world. They think that guys that are not successful just lazy. They don't want to be. It is difficult. It is hard. That's why the successful men, it's a small amount of them. It's not an easy thing to navigate in this world as a man. It's very, very difficult. As a matter of fact, the men are cruel to their own sons because it's required for them. They'll tell their daughter, come back home with me. That man ain't treating you right. He not going to tell his son, move back in, your wife. He going to be like, you better figure it out. So it's just a different amount of world that a man has to exist in. And women, I don't know if y'all know this, but y'all don't do actually what is required to make sure your sons are successful. And what is required is the thing that y'all claim that y'all willing to do that y'all never do. And that's give everything. And that means sacrifice. That means getting a man that looks good, out of there. That's not no longer on top of your scale. Getting a man that satisfies you, out of there. That's no longer on top of your scale. Getting a man that can make sure your son is as successful as he can be in the world is your top requirement. However, you rarely see women complete it. They'll just say, I'll be single until my son is old enough, which is the worst thing you could do. Unfortunately, it combats with telling men not to be stepfathers. So I'm conscious of knowing that those both narratives are out there. I don't know how to combat that because I can't, in good faith, say, yeah, go ahead, take the reins of a child that's not yours and be willing to die for a child that's not yours, unless you have total submission from a woman. And the problem is most women don't want to totally submit to a man that ain't got a lot of money. So it's
Aaron, let me ask you a question. If you have two sons, right? Mm-hmm. And one son's father is in their life and one son is not, right? Mm-hmm. How difficult is that for the single woman to raise her smallest child? He's 6. And the other one is 13. His father's in his life. But the 6th year, his father is away in college, if you know what I mean.
It's complicated, right? Because I understand women feel shame. Even though we act like they don't, women feel shame when they know that one of their sons has a father that's there, that's active, and another one doesn't. Because in her mind, she's like, damn, I wish he could take my other son with him when he comes out. And sometimes those men do that. The problem is she would like to kind of make him do that, but she knows it's not right. But she knows she needs a father for her son, but she's not sure how to get one without reducing what she desires in life as well. So they struggle combating those two issues. But I would say it's a big issue for women when one father is present, one is not, because they look at themselves as a failure in a lot of ways. Like, damn, I got this right, but I screwed this son up. They have to overcompensate. So they may treat the son that got a dad more harshly because they need to overcompensate for the son that don't, or the daughter that don't, whatever the case is. There's women overcompensate. The reason why women are horrible parents in general is because they're not stoic, right? They don't have a certain balance. Women are all, what's your favorite word? Mercurial. So that's the thing, right? They're up in
mercurial.
The men are not that way. And the reason why families are more successful when a man is present, whether he ain't even got to be a good man, just a man for the most part has value. Now, obviously, let's not talk about violent ones and this and that, because I'm gonna be honest, I hate to tell y'all, that's the minute. It's not the majority of the men at all. I know y'all like to believe they are, but it's not. Even a man's present is valuable. But the problem is that woman wants him to have value to her too, and not just for her child. And that's the thing I struggle with. I don't believe women give everything up for their children. I think they just say it, and nobody makes them stand in the fire to prove it.
But this is Aaron, this is the solution though. So what we have to do is what we've been doing, right? Is really bringing attention to it and really shaming it and putting it down, because it's not so much to not mess with single mothers so much as it is that a lot of times with the single mothers, you don't get any kind of rewards. Like you can't discipline the child. So it's like you have somebody else's child in your house, and then you can't even discipline that child and bring that child in order like you have to do as a man in order to have them on the straight and narrow, right? And then not only that, but a lot of times it becomes that person and the child against the father, against the man of the house.
Yeah. So I think the complex part about it, because I am a thinker, women do hear information like you just can't bring no man around your child, right? So they do hear information like, goddamn, I need to have a man in the house, but I can't just bring any man around my child, but I need to prioritize having a man. What do I do? So it is a lot to put on a woman when we know they're not necessarily the most capable for it. But unfortunately, in these times, it requires them to be the so-called super mom that they say that they are.
If we continue to hold their feet to the fire, and then for a little while, I guess, not give in and not date with single mothers, not deal with single mothers unless or until they, really are on the program. Then what happens is when the fathers do, because in all honesty, I'm a product of that too. You know what I'm saying? Like my dad is my brother and my sister's biological dad, but he was there with me since I was born. You know what I'm saying? From the day I was born, he was there. And so, you know, and the things that are good about me, a lot of them are because he was in my life and he was there, right? So I understand the value and the importance of having you know, a father, even if he isn't your biological father in your life every day, right? And he chose me. He chose me. He chose to be with my mom and ride it out. And then they had like 4 other kids or whatever the case may be. But what I'm saying is that it had value, right? At the same time, I could also see in today's day and age where you're a grown man and the women have very little respect for men, period, right? No matter what your financial state is, no matter what you get, how you put it down, right? Respect is at an all-time low for manhood and masculinity, right? Overall. And so if you come into a woman's life, yeah, she's excited to have you and excited and this and that and this and that. But then when it comes to time where you have to discipline the child or the child is out of order, then that could be a wedge between you and that woman, right? So like I said, the solution is to continue to bring attention to it, to continue to denounce the behavior in hopes that eventually the behavior gets better. And then once the behavior gets better, then we can start patching it up and bringing it together. You
I
know what I'm
mean, that's light hands is real. Now you're the one using light hands. So I even understand like a lot of people, a lot of Americans have to do this because most black men were raised by single mothers. So you don't want to say what actually needs to happen because you be throwing a lot of men will be throwing their own mothers, their own sisters under the bus. Okay, so I get that. All right, I got a sister that's a single mom. All right, one of the only ones in the whole fucking family because she's an American, and that's how we get down out here. But I'm telling you right now, I would throw my own sister under the bus because I know what it takes to eradicate this type of behavior. Not only is it shame, people do not change until they have no choice. You have to ostracize them out of society. You have to cast them out of society. It literally picking a single mom as a partner should be like one of the most minimal exceptions you make, but not the rule, right? You need to be like, I don't want you at all. The simple part of it is that every time a single mother gets chosen, it especially for a woman, it justifies every wrong they ever did. Because you've never really seen a woman advance herself after becoming a mother. She doesn't just become a better wife to you because she's a single mother. In fact, she's a terrible wife. Most single mothers are terrible partners because they'll say things like, well, you know, I have kids. I can't focus. I can't, you know, I got to focus on them. They're the people who push that narrative out here. So they're the worst partners for a man, and we need to let them know it. Like literally be like, ew, you're a single mom, disgusting. I know it sounds crazy because there's a lot of women that are going to be out here that are going to feel some type of way, but they won't until they feel that shame to where nobody likes them. The people behind them won't see a need to change. The young kids won't see a need to change.
I said to her, I said, when his father comes home, I said, you should let him talk to his father when he calls. I don't want him talking to my son. I said, that's his father. Well, he shouldn't have went away to JAIL. I said, things happen, but that's still his dad. He needs his dad. So now she lets him talk to him on the telephone. So is that going to be helpful for him as a 6-year-old little boy? Will he remember that without touching or maybe giving his dad a hug or things of that nature? Will that phone call be enough at times?
We don't know.
Stephen, my only thing with what you said, as far as, oh man, this is what happens when you drink. You said something. You said something about how a single mother needs to until she suffers or some kind of stuff you said or whatever. That's basically what I got out of it, right? Is that she needs to suffer or feel shame for whatever she did prior with that previous child or whatever. My only thing is, why would it be up to that man or the new guy to punish her? Like, I don't get that aspect of it.
No, I'm talking about society as a whole, not a new dude.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it needs to. Being a single mother should hurt. You should not be as attractive to a man or any man that you desire, basically, if you're a single mother. Like, you won't feel anything from it. Women, like, we already talk about women having low accountability. For if you keep getting everything you want, you will end up having no accountability.
But
And the
plus,
reason I feel this way is not anything personal. It's about the children.
but it should be
Women literally
for a
destroy
time.
children's lives with that behavior. So it got to
Trick,
stop.
that's what I was saying, but it should be for a time though. It can't be for always. Otherwise, we're gonna have more hopelessness, more dysfunction,
Right.
more ratchet.
No, the reason
Wait,
why is like,
So what we have to do is it should be for a time. It shouldn't be for always, because like I said,
Always.
the good things about me came from the fact that my pops, you know what I'm saying, saw my mom's and saw that she was with child, and he stepped in knowing that another dude was not, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
So
you know what I mean? So
remember,
I was a beneficiary of
that's what
that.
I'm saying. Remember when I said it's hard for a lot of men to go against that because some men benefited from it. What I'm really saying is this is war. We're not acknowledging that. We are at a war for families in the Black community. War has casualties. You see what I'm saying? So all of those people that could have missed out on a good dad, those kids that were, they are unfortunately casualties of war. I know. So the reason why y'all are throwing your face up right now is because you believe there's a way for everybody to win. Never in history has there been a way for everybody to win. Somebody got to lose. The mothers made a decision that those children are going to lose. I'm not making it. Those mothers made the decision.
But Mike, you know what?
This ain't a war. Like, I'm not fighting a war.
I'm fighting. That's why I'm.
And we're to the end of overtime. Thank you so much, everybody, for rocking out. Listen, I hope you guys had a fun conversation as I come to you humbly to share my thoughts. Thank you to my panelists today. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all insight. I appreciate y'all raw, honest truth and the lies that you guys bring from time to time. Gentlemen, I've heard if you learn anything, suffer in silence. Suffer in silence. These women don't care about your feelings. They say they do, but just watch them speak. Listen to the information. Everything requires you to explain every damn thing. Can we just have some emotions too? The answer is no. So men, do not believe them when they say they care about our emotions and our feelings. They do not. They need us to care about their emotions and their feelings. And like Trigger Mike said, we are there to manage the home. That includes their emotions. But our job is to manage our own emotions. So take with it what you can. The conversation has been pushed forward every time. I'll make sure you guys are locked in this Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern on Security Boss's channel. It's going to be a good time. Yours truly will be there along with other phenomenal people as well. I appreciate you guys. Everybody that supported the show today. As always, listen, shout out to my guy, Big Bad Bull, as always holding me down from day one. Always supporting my channel, making sure we keep pushing, bro. I appreciate you. Shout out to my mods. I appreciate y'all. The chat, I think y'all was going crazy. Somebody said y'all on some crazy stuff today. I don't know why. Hey there, Q. We on the way out, but I appreciate you checking in as always. But remember, gentlemen. Be stoic, be strong, be in control of your emotions, be a man. Be assertive. Do not let no woman make you explain why you would want to have your test on your child, ever. She's not going to shame you. She can ask why, and you tell her what Aaron told you, because I said so. Now, if you're going to have to sleep on the couch, don't say that. If you somebody like Lee, honestly, and you know you a little blue pillish, and you got to sleep on the couch if you don't answer your woman's questions the way she sees fit, then don't do it. But if you're going to be like me, throw her over the goddamn boat if you must. She got to go. Man, you have a right to your emotions, even though you can't share it with them. Come holler at me. I'm gonna get you right, and I'm gonna help you explain your thoughts. I'm gonna help you put it into words, right? Because a lot of times these men, they struggle, they fumble over their words. Yeah, I do have a gray hair right here, Q, right here. Yeah, I have a gray hair. I'm getting old. Listen, I ain't ashamed of it either. If I ever make it to about 60, I feel like I lived a good life. But listen, I won't keep y'all. I always appreciate everybody that supports me. So thank y'all for being here. Thank you for joining the Temple of My Thoughts. It's been a phenomenal, fun time, but we're going to get up out of here. I'll see you on the next show. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit a like. Make sure you comment at the end of the video, especially you, Q. Just came to say hi. Just leave your comment at the end, Q. But shout out to y'all. We gone. Make sure y'all join us this Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern on Security Boss. Unsolicited. We gone.